here. I'm sorry. I'm here. Uppy day. Definitely not late. I'm sorry, Philip. Come back. I go open up the thing and it's just all I see is just the Philip's like panicked Bill. Panicked Bill. Poor Bill. Bill's doing his best. Hi, Philip. I'm so sorry. I'm here. I was watching anime. I'm sorry. Adara and I, we had like I was like, okay, episode 12, and then it will be done. And then we found out that was episode 13, and I'm like, shit! I want to know the end, because it was the very last episode, so it's... I'm here, hi, Philip. Let's just... Hi. Hi, Philip. I'm here. Boo, 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 boo. Everything's hunky-dory. But you watched the end? I did. Honestly, it was kind of mad. Because you gotta understand, right? Adara and I, we got so... Hi. Adara and I love you too. Adara and I, we watched the first like 6 episodes of this anime maybe a month or 2 ago, and it was like one of those ones where we got like halfway through and we're like, what is fucking happening anymore? Anyway, but I still kind of wanted to finish it, so I talked Adara into it, which was good.
The were strange.
But it was good. Because it kind of had a really mad twist at the end that we weren't expecting. So it was pretty cool. So yeah, I need to add it to my list. Give me 30 seconds. Hey, Elder. Give me a second, guys. I'm just adding Odd Taxi to my watched anime list. I need to finish some other anime too, but yeah. Listen, I'm kind of behind on watching anime. In saying that, I only watch the finest of animes. Would I recommend Odd Taxi? I don't even know. It's a unique flavor. Let's go with that. BD. Alright, close that. Da. But I'm here. Hi, guys. Sorry about that. A little bit late. Nice. Boo. Hello. And going well today, hell yeah. We're hanging out. We're having fun. Adara came home early from work. So because she wanted to work from home, which meant I had someone to come home to, which I love. I was like so happy when I came home. I'm like, excellent. Like even while working, like I stress a lot at work, but at work today, I was just like, I get to go home and Adara's gonna be there and I'm gonna make her toasted sandwiches. I was very happy about it. It's so nice. It is. And then we ordered KFC. We were gonna go out for chicken and chips, but we got lazy, and I was like, "Nah, let's just get KFC." So it's pretty good. It was good KFC too. It wasn't horrible. It was pretty good. Did you get a hug from Dog? You fuck yeah! I did so many hugs. We're the finest at hugging.
Looks like we finally made it to the treasure chest. Speaking of, don't you
yeah,
think
we had a good time.
Whoever worked the hardest
KFC is delicious. You should eat more KFC. Just do it, man. Just do it. I really love their chips.
It was probably
and the chicken. I actually had a drumstick. Can you believe that, guys? I don't get drumsticks a lot when I randomly order KFC. But it was super tasty. It's really good.
Let's solve the rest.
Right.
Hands stop. We also had more hedgehog, which I made yesterday. It was very yummy. I love hedgehog. I made the icing a little bit more more cocoa this time around, which Adara's been liking. So,
The third locked room was a murder that happened. Pictures and paint were if you think you're up for it.
Are you going to the third locked room?
Yeah. What is that? Hedgehog? You don't know what a hedgehog is? Okay, imagine this in intricate detail. All right, game, shut the fuck up. We have more important things to talk about. Okay, wait, guys. Alda, I need you to listen in excruciating detail, okay? Imagine Mari biscuits that are like the Anna biscuits, crushed down to a fine, to a fine deliciousness, okay? Combined with 125 grams of melted butter, 125 grams of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of chocolate. You can also put walnuts in it, but I don't. You stir all those last 3 ingredients together in a saucepan, and then you mix it in with the rest of the Mari biscuits. And then you have this lovely chocolate cookie base, okay? And then when you flatten it all down, you get some icing sugar and some cocoa, and and hot water, obviously. And you put it together to put over the top, and then to make it even better, you get some sprinkles on top. And that is hedgehog. Couldn't handle this. Food ASMR. BRB. Can you just imagine? I should make an ASMR channel, but it's just me describing different recipes. I would actually froth at that. I love cooking. I'd run out of recipes eventually, but sorry, Alda. We love you, Alda. I love talking about food, okay? It's an occupational hazard at this point, okay? Anyway. Alright. Philip, you understand.
Did we get stuck inside a locked room again?
Do you really need to repeat that every time?
This was the corpse that was discovered by that worshipper and the art gallery employee. At the time of discovery, the door was locked and the key was nailed to a doll inside the room. Aside from the door,
Recipe and anime too. Back.
The window.
And when you say back, I hope you mean with a pen and paper
Just enough
to like write down the recipe. So,
The phone itself is
Huh?
too small for even a child.
Nani
to see
Diska,
through.
hold the fucking phone. What have you done?
X1000. You, the Twitch fairy, did visit you, so you get this. But wow, I do not know what I just saw.
What?
Enjoy this gift from the Twitch fairy, and please do
What?
not try to find me.
Do not try to find me. Why does it end with that? I mean, thank you. I wouldn't dare try to find you because that sounds like stalkerish behavior. I hope you find a safe place. Thank you, Chatanya. I give you 1,000 bits. That was very random and out of nowhere. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. I hope you enjoy life in general. But yeah, thank you. The Twitch fairy did visit you, so you get this. But wow, I do not know what I just watched. Me doing an ASMR explanation of a hedgehog? I hope that's when you came in. Can you imagine? The first thing you hear from a random person is just like, imagine melting exactly 125 grams of butter. I would just laugh so much. But thank you. I love it. Twitch fairy. We love the Twitch fairy. Thank you. Your evil hand. Okay, that's it. You're getting the chocolate balls recipe now. Saying that aloud sounds weird, but imagine this. Mari biscuits. 1 packet of Mari biscuits with, I think it is also like 2 tablespoons of cocoa. 1 tin of condensed milk with, I think it's also 125 grams of melted butter. I think it has butter in it. God, I can't remember. Actually, no, it might not need the butter because there's the condensed milk. I just remember something else liquid going in. And maybe a bit of butter. Maybe a bit of melted butter. Da, help me. Da cannot help you. She doesn't watch my streams. Chicken. And then coconut. Coconut, that's what it is. I'm missing coconut. Half a cup of coconut. Biscuits. Half a cup of coconut. Mari biscuits. Anyway. Got a video game. I'm gonna just
How
let
did
it
the
speed through.
culprit
BRB.
vanish
All
from
good,
here?
Aldo. Have a good recipe. Coconut. I'm actually not a huge fan of coconut, but I like it in food. It's sweets. It's okay in sweets. Where did the culprit come from? Oh, flee from. I just flee through the store.
Here.
It's not really that complicated.
I think the culprit could have only escaped from here, but
Nothing's happening. Maybe you made a mistake, Master.
no, that can't be right. It's impossible for anyone to
Hi,
squeeze
Daft.
through that window. They
You
could
missed
have
my
only gotten
amazing
out through the
ASMR.
door. I'm sure
Or maybe you
the culprit
didn't.
had the
Oh my
key
god, I
and
have a
locked
recipe
the
right
door
here
from the outside
for chocolate
after
cake. Do you
committing
guys
the
want a
crime.
quick and easy recipe for chocolate
The
cake?
culprit just
I'll wait until
used
Alda comes back.
copy of the
BRB
key.
calling the.
Would that really be
Joke's on you,
considered a
Adara doesn't
locked room
respond to
mystery?
her messages. Coconut with
Well,
chocolate and
there are only 2 keys to the storage space, and the design makes them impossible to duplicate. I learned that thanks to you, Halara.
One of the keys is always.
Does anyone
carried
need a
by that
recap
one
of what's
employee.
happening? I don't think so.
It was used when the body was
My
first
brain's like, I know
discovered,
what's going
right?
on.
And the only other key was nailed through a doll onto a painting. So, it is a locked room mystery! Right? Right? Oh, that's totally it.
You need to calm the fuck down,
I
woman.
see. I suppose you could call it that. Hey, you.
Ah!
Can you go check outside of that window?
Oh, just like before.
Before?
Yeah, you made me do the same thing in the real world when we were investigating this place.
I would like one. A chocolate cake recipe?
Then the
Excellent.
answer has
Okay.
already been confirmed.
1 cup of self-raising flour. 2 tablespoons of cocoa. A 3/4 cup of caster sugar. 65 grams of melted butter. 1/2 cup of milk. And 2 eggs, all combined in probably with a beater or something. And then put into a square or circular tin, cooked for 40 to 45 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. Oh, there you go. I want to make some chocolate cake next week. I have it written
well.
down.
This locked room is solved.
I forgot about the egg. There's 1 egg in with the hedgehog. That was also written here. What's going on? Sorry.
Huh?
What else is
Wait,
here?
Did you already solve this mystery?
Plain icing, sugar, chopped
You
butter,
haven't?
the flowers.
How
Oh, that was
about
the
you
lemon.
go and check
Okay,
outside
that was
the
the
window?
lemon meringue
Then
recipe.
even you will see.
Oh, it unlocked. Looks like you can go outside.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. We're going on an adventure. Ba-doop-a-doop-a-day. Oh yeah, sorry, you were saying I would like one for a recap of what's been happening in the game, right? That's what you were saying. Sorry, I couldn't figure out what you were saying, what you would like, and so I just I took it the way I wanted to. I'm very sorry, Aldo. That's what you were asking, right? Sorry, sometimes my brain just gets so distracted. Okay. Is that yes? As long as you haven't just left because I make you obviously too hungry. Whoa. And stop being mean. I'm sorry! We solved 3 out of the 4 locked rooms mysteries. Exactly. I'm not trying to be mean, I just want to talk about food, okay?
You already checked this in the real world?
Okay. Here's the recap. Yeah, what Astania said. So, there was, there has been a person called the Nail Man, where someone puts a doll behind the back of the church or something, for the Nailman to go there and then pick a person that they want to murder. There have been 4 murders. The most recent one is the one we're caught up in because a person has been framed for being there. And because he's been framed for being at the site of the murder, his kid has asked us to take on the mission. Pardon, sorry. So we went around and investigated the crime scene, but also the 3 prior crime scenes with the power of post-cognition. So we went to, what did we do next? Shit. Yeah, so now we're doing the mystery dungeon, and what we've had to do is figure out, so every single one of these cases have been a locked room mystery, which means that somehow the person has been able to leave the scene of the crime, but also leave, like, the means of probably exiting and locking the door or whatever, with the key. The key put back into the room. And we're trying to figure out how each of those all kind of like worked out. As Stania said, we have done 3 out of 4. So we're doing the final one right now, which is this room, in the art gallery room. And then hopefully we'll figure out who the nail man is. I don't know who, but that's your TLDR.
Why do it again?
Halara told me
I hope
to
that
check
makes
it
sense.
twice. There must be an important clue outside that window.
Hey! Maybe the culprit threw the key in through the window. That way, the key would be found inside. Well, how about that theory?
Uh-oh.
Is this the storage key?
Okay.
Which means...
Mystery! Oh. Because of the culprit, what happened to the key?
This one's a freebie! I was right! Just toss it in there, Master!
The culprit threw the key inside? Is that really the right answer? Did the culprit throw the key in from the window?
No.
Master! Hurry up and throw the key! Your footing's crumbling away! You're gonna fall!
That's the right answer?
Yes! I fucking knew it! I wasn't 100% sure. I was sweating. I was sweating. That was
How?
so
Didn't the
nerve-wracking.
culprit throw the key in there? That's why the key was found inside, right?
I'm so glad I got that right because okay, so we'd already kind of assumed, because the key is found very specifically on the doll, like the nail that's on the doll inside, which means they probably at least needed like a rope or some sort of thread to kind of like lead it down so it lands perfectly there. And it definitely seemed to, like, even the scene there seemed to be basically being like, press the button, bitch, press the button. And I'm like, no, I know you're trying to lead me on. It's not what I want.
No, the crime scene wouldn't end up like that if we threw it in. The key was nailed to a painting.
I mean, you may have used his ability coalescence,
not
which
possible
allows
if
him
you
to
just
share
throw it
other
into the
detectives'
room.
magical abilities. I mean, Forte's,
Oh,
but because he
right.
got to use Halara's ability, they've been pulled into
But
this.
if
Yeah.
the culprit didn't
GG,
throw it
GG.
in there, how is the key left in the room?
If you can't nail the key after throwing it...
Goodbye. I love how his ability, the labyrinth. Well,
You're
that's
back.
Shinigami's ability, but yeah.
The key vanished.
The key is in my hand.
Master, you got the doll and nail!
I see. So you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Try it out. Doing so will create a new path.
Yeah, I'm gonna solve this.
Good luck, Master!
Okay.
You have to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery.
I don't think there was a doll on the wall. We need a picture, right? We need to grab the painting. Which painting was it? Shit. It was one of these paintings. Can I move it?
Alright, first, take the painting.
Prop the painting up against the window, the wall window next to the window. The key to the paint. Nail the key to the painting. Okay, yeah, I think it's that one.
Wait, it's too early for that step. The key will be nailed to the painting at the end. but you must nail something else on before that.
Fucking hell. Alright. I said prop the painting up against the window next to the window. What? Paint up against the wall next to the window, but sure. Nail the key, nail the doll, nail the doll?
The culprit nailed the doll onto the painting.
Okay.
Next, both were stood up at a certain location.
Oh, okay. Now we put it up over here.
The painting was stood up facing the window. Now the
Oh,
culprit
that's
doll
really
is
smart.
Right next to the window.
That is really smart. Man, this... So smart.
After that,
I just said use this, do something. Okay,
Hey, there's
shit. Steel ladder. Oh, right, and then they left, right.
then the culprit went outside. The door was locked, and they went to the other side of the storage room.
Right? And they went to here.
I can see the painting and doll through the window, but I can barely fit my hand through the gap.
the doll's got a nail in it, but the problem is that key in your hand, Master.
Yeah, the culprit took the key and...
Nailed? What's it nailed to? I think that was two. Ah, whatever.
The culprit nailed the key to the painting, along with the doll from outside the window. Finally...
I guess they didn't push it in that far. Definitely wouldn't have fallen backwards at that point. Sure, we'll go with it. Knocked the painting towards the room.
I pushed the painting into the room.
This is a lot more of a creative solution than what I was thinking. Yeah.
Completes the locked room mystery. This is how the culprit did it.
So smart. I'm not this smart, guys. Woo! Sleep. Cool. All right. That's done. Oh, damn. They didn't even make us fight
It took
anyone
some
for that
time,
one.
but you've reached the truth behind this locked room.
Throwing the key through the window would be obvious. So to mislead us into thinking that was impossible, the key was nailed to a painting which was then pushed over.
It's one thing for an amateur, but a detective wouldn't be tricked by this.
Sure. Thanks, man.
Seriously, only amateurs would get fooled by... Wait, you mean me?
All right. Let's do this. All right. All four are done. So let's see where we go from here.
Hey, a treasure chest! Who's gonna open this one? We should let the meanest one of us open it.
How
Alar?
did you decide that?
Like this. I'm the meanest. Let's check out this treasure. Huh?
What's wrong?
It's empty.
What?
Huh? Why? After all,
No
went
wonder
through
we
to
didn't fight
solve
anyone.
This locked room.
This must mean solving the third locked room mystery doesn't necessarily bring us any closer to the ultimate truth.
Okay.
That's terrible. I suddenly feel so tired.
We can't call it quits. We gotta keep going.
All right. And after all that hard work we put into,
That's it for all the locked rooms.
yatta!
We make a pretty good team. Don't you think so?
Well, what do we do from here? I see. The way forward is clear. It must be due to solving all of the locked room mysteries. Now let's go.
Right.
Again, I gotta ask. Who's supposed to be the protagonist here?
We said this, Halara. Halara is the protagonist. Definitely.
I see. Now let's go.
Okay. She's not saying anything new, ba-doo-doo. Let's go. I still don't know who is the murderer, though. I haven't really figured that out yet, which is a bit confusing. I haven't really been able to identify any particular idea. Why is there a dungeon?
Don't be afraid to roll the dice.
D20,
You must
let's
keep
go.
pursuing the truth. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Isn't that right?
I guess so.
Yes.
I don't know. It sounds like a very perfectionist. I mean, not that you want to obviously get your deduction wrong, but like, you know, it takes time to work these things out. Oh god, I feel like I need to let's pause for a second. I'm gonna save. Even though I just started, shush. It's empty. Da 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 da. Empty. I already looked through the profiles, didn't I? Okay, so I would like to look at my solution keys just briefly. Kind of like, is there anything kind of out of the ordinary that, I mean, except for the shoes, you know, like I really feel like we don't have any clear indications of referring it to one person or another, unless I've missed something. Because it definitely seems like they're indicating, so only persons with access to an incinerator, okay? Which I think makes it definitely assume. It's kind of down to the nun or the priest, and we don't have a really good calling card for one way or another, I don't think. Because here it says, obviously, the person has to, it says the person must have access to incinerator, but here it says it must be a thin person, which obviously takes out the squishy guy. This is one of the conditions for the true culprit. Only someone with a slender build could have used the nails as footing or escaped from the vent. Which is really talented, really. So we're down to the priest or the nun. But I don't know what else it could be. Unless they're both in on it, but I doubt it. Did it say shoe prints were loafers? They did. So I guess that would say that that's the priest. Still feels a bit thin. I'm not crazy about it. But yeah, I guess that would, because I'm pretty sure she's at least wearing block heels, not loafers, so. There'd probably be a little bit more of an indenture with the shoes. Still doesn't explain why she has a broken arm, though. Alright, I guess that's our deduction. It just doesn't feel solid at all, you know? It doesn't feel
Is this some
100%.
Dungeon? What is the meaning of this? Let me out of here!
Let me out! I'll kill your ass in the name of...
I have nothing to do with the case.
I'm not the culprit! Let me go!
Loafers are traditionally male shoes, yeah, and also Yuma said his hands could barely fit through the gap to push the painting.
So now we must pick out the true culprit of this case.
Wait, what's that second part have to do with anything? Sorry? Yuma said it. So broken arms and no. Oh, okay. Well, we were guessing before, like yesterday, we were guessing it was the nun because she might have broken her arm on purpose to kind of like push the painting through, but climbing a rope ladder with a broken arm. Well, but if they're all in on it, they could have all done a murder themselves. So maybe the person who has to be slim to get through the vent is the priest, and then the nun had to break her arm to push the painting back. You know, like there's still kind of a plausibility that they could be all of them.
The true culprit.
Yuma, you solved all the locked room mysteries before you made it here.
Right.
You should have all the clues and evidence you need to accuse the culprit. To be honest, when I first met you, I thought you were rather pitiful.
Thanks, Halara. I mean, you're not wrong, really, but thank you.
You sure are honest.
But my opinion of you has improved. These mysteries have brought you closer to becoming a true detective. Now tie up all the loose ends and prove that I am not mistaken about you.
Ah, fuck me.
With your logic, anything is possible.
Sure.
All right, I'll try.
Ooh, somebody's guilty.
Who's the culprit? Figure it out and hit him with a dramatic finger. Point. Woo. Make the right choice and reveal a new truth. Okay, maybe it'll give me some clue here. Who is the nail man?
I'm not the nail man.
I'm not the culprit.
I'm not the nail man. How can I be the nail man?
I'm not the culprit.
I guess we'll go with the priest. I mean, the priest is the one that fits the best, right? It still just feels really not 100%. But maybe that's the whole point. Maybe the dungeon will make me choose one person and later on it's like, oh, it's actually like more of them. So, okay, let's do the priest. That seems like a good sign.
The culprit is you, Father.
This was his dad.
What? That's an absolutely
Ridiculous thing to say.
Why?
Him again?
Fuck.
Why won't he just give up?
She's the nail woman.
You're saying the priest, a man of the cloth, is the culprit? That's impossible.
Okay, tell me why, because
How dare you spew such
religion has nothing to do with
nonsense.
it.
right. Do not make baseless accusations.
That's not a good defendant.
The culprit has to be someone else.
Yuma, can I leave this to you?
I hope so.
It's not a baseless accusation. You're the only one who could possibly be the culprit.
Master, you're acting like a real detective. Go on and boom kill him.
Boom, kill. The rope ladder was cut as the culprit climbed down. You need 2 functional hands. What? No. What? No. Also, she doesn't wear loafers. Well, yeah. No, with the ladder. Oh. Yeah, okay, I guess you would need 2 hands. In my brain, I'm like, not necessarily. I don't know, like, it depends how solid the ladder is, but I guess if it's a rope ladder, it would be as solid. Alright. I need to pay attention. Shit. Persons with access to incinerator, vent of the study.
I'm a man of the cloth. Doubt me like this. It's total blasphemy.
Bullshit.
I am not the nail man. That's it. The first one to discover the bodies. The mailman is the worshiper.
Say,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I have to do it for the last one. Sorry.
It's
It's total
the mailman. That's it. The first one to discover the bodies. The mailman is the worshiper.
Okay, got it. Rainbows.
The rope ladder used in the clock tower's locked room was found in the incinerator, which only clergy can access. The worshiper may be a regular churchgoer, but he's no clergy member, so he's no longer a suspect.
Okay, so next he's going to be like, well, what about the other guy, the monk?
Ridiculous.
Rope burn, secret cause of death, thin person. Yeah, so we need this one.
But the church is the culprit? Even so, I am not the culprit. There are others working for the church.
Is that the one I want?
Yes, there's the servant.
Yeah, okay. Here
The
we go.
servant must be the nailman. The servant was able to commit the crimes.
There you go.
Slash through this mystery.
Yatta! Alright, we're doing well. Yeah. This is looking good.
Climbing up to the underground casino's window with only nails for footing would require considerable agility.
Hell yeah.
Judging by the size of the window, there's no way someone of his size could have committed the crime.
Oh, no! Absolute lies!
Fishing line locked room. Wait. Sorry, what was those? Non-public information. I guess they want this one? Not sure.
None must be the culprit. She's thin and also works at the church. The nun was absolutely able to commit the crimes.
Let's see what else he says.
It's not like she's afraid of heights. She used the nails to climb.
No? Shit.
Say,
Sorry. I probably should have
The
waited.
nun must be the culprit.
she's thin and also works at the church. The nun was absolutely able to commit the crimes.
It's
Not like she's afraid
of heights.
Okay, not afraid of
She
heights.
used the nails to climb.
Use the nails.
And
Then-
you know she's always saying, I'll kill your ass in the name of God.
Right.
It's clear she's the ruthless sort.
What?
But
I'm sorry. What? Non-public information. The victims of the serial killings were all strangled, but the cause of death was not publicized. A fishing line was used in the locked room mystery of the mansion study. The key's placement implies that only someone with full use of their arms could have fashioned this room. Oh, okay. That's what it's insinuating. Okay. I hadn't quite read that. That's on me. I didn't realize. I don't remember that assumption being made, but that work? Yeah. Okay.
the mansion
The
study's
fishing
locked
line thing.
room,
It's.
the culprit tossed the key behind the corpse with perfect aim.
I mean, you could have done it with her left hand.
With her
I know they
dominant
already
hand
said that her
evil,
dominant hand
the
was the
nun
one that was
couldn't have
broken,
done
but
that,
I'm just
which
saying,
means
like, she could
she's
have
not the
lied.
culprit.
She could have lied. I could probably done a pretty good throw with my left hand. Damn, he collapsed easily. Come on, bro.
It's not the churchgoer, the servant, or the nun. There's only one option left.
You,
Father, it's you.
father.
You are the nailman.
Father! Honestly, I thought it'd be the latter thing. I know, right? That'd make more sense. And can throw now? What do you mean I couldn't throw before? I'm very good. I know it may not look like it, but I have pretty good hand-eye coordination. I used to do badminton, and I used to do an excessive amounts of like throwing bouncy balls against walls and stuff like that.
Hey, say something quick. Otherwise, they'll pin me as the culprit. You're useless. I
like his
am
hair.
a priest in service to God.
Oh, shut the fuck up. He just turned to a BDSM. Oh, sorry, he's not BDSM. Like more like a voodoo doll. Okay. I'm like, what? Why is he covered in chains? But again, look at his outfit. I love that they're using rainbow across everything. It just makes everything like my brain just go. I want to have cool rainbow outfits.
All your proof is nothing but fantasy.
I like how all of his hair has vanished. Before he had a big swoop at the top, now it's just gone. It's gone into his muscles.
You don't have a single piece of hard evidence.
Hard evidence?
But Master, you do! It's easy.
Based on the facts, the priest must be the culprit. The
I
decisive
still feel like this is
evidence that
pretty
proves
poor.
it is-
I would have liked a piece of evidence that was a little bit more damning, but that's fine. Do you really? What? Wish I could dress up in more rainbow stuff? Absolutely. I love rainbows.
I don't know. What do I do? What do I do?
A detective must always prioritize solving a case. Listen, a detective isn't an arbiter of justice.
Arbiter is such a weird
Unraveling
word.
a case is top priority, even with questionable methods.
What do you mean?
In short, you must get them to confess. Use everything in your arsenal, even if it requires bluffing.
Right.
Don't hesitate to use anything that might give you an advantage.
Okay.
Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Always remember that.
The loafers must be it, you reckon?
A bluff? In other words, I should just claim I have solid evidence.
Okay.
What could I use as a bluff?
What solution keys do I have? This music is so good. I'm gonna have to get this music from somewhere. Clock tower, suspicious footprints, past nail man, Okay, let's look at these. Okay, the report, there were suspicious footprints facing the wall, apparently made by dress shoes, though nothing further could be determined. The information was obtained from the church worshipper who knew about the past male man murders, and nails driven into the portrait, perhaps in a doll. Okay, yeah, definitely this one. This one's the only one that makes
Stupid
sense.
fantasies. Everything you say is nothing but a fantasy. Do you have any proof that I'm the culprit? Did you find my fingerprints?
Okay, no, that was... fuck. That's on me, that's on me, that's on me. Sorry.
Enough with your stupid fantasies.
Ow.
Everything is nothing but a fantasy. Do you have any proof that I'm the culprit? Did you find my fingerprints?
Okay. My footprints?
Did you find my blood?
No.
Of course there's no evidence. This is the truth.
Again, this still feels pretty... like, it's literally a shoe print that was found when it was muddy outside. Like, I can I pause? Whatever. Like, it was literally a muddy footprint found in the rain. It just doesn't... like, if it was just a little bit more, like, definitive of a shoe print, I would be like, yes, sure, absolutely. But it just I don't like it, is my point. Because I think it's one of those things where it's a piece of evidence that could easily get washed away in the rain. Like, we were lucky enough to see it before it was at that point, but to any evidence at least used in a proper, like, investigation, like, if it disappeared by the time people noticed, then you wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
There were footprints left under the window in the mud. When we inspected them, we found out they perfectly match your footprints.
Sure.
Impossible. I already burned those shoes in the incinerator.
Oh, okay.
You gave yourself away.
Okay, sure, game. Alright, game. Just gonna give it to me. And a cop now. No, I've watched my fair share of... what have I watched? God. Mine was more Midsummer Murders and NCIS. I don't know. I haven't actually watched NCIS in years. I know common sense.
I only enacted justice in the name of God.
And that makes you even worse.
Looks like it worked. Good job.
Only a demon kills for the sake of a god.
Thanks.
It's kind of true when you think about it. Isn't that what Lucifer basically is? No search about the fishing line. the footprints are sometimes better in the rain, I guess. That is true, but I think for that to be true, like, the dirt has to be very definable. Like, you have to make a very defined imprint. And the thing is that the dirt doesn't look like the type to make a very definitive imprint. Like, if it's just flat, like, it's just gonna naturally kind of sloop around on the outfit. Oh, the string, right.
Karnai Ward is rotten to the core. To save it, someone had to get their hands dirty.
That's what the detectives are supposed to do.
Those slain with the evil incarnate that harm others. That's why the people asked the Nailmen to kill them.
I guess we were right all along with his motive being right.
Evil must be punished. And so, I strangled them. Made them suffer. All I did was slay evil.
And that's all we're gonna do. Slay evil. Hi, Mary. Good evening, wings of an eagle. I could be a lot of type of wings, if you think about it. I could be the wings of a bee, wings of a butterfly, wings of a wren. I do really like blue wrens. Other stuff. So is that it? Or is there something else to go? There should be one other stage to this.
Someone hates somebody bad enough? They give that name to the Nailman. And this priest went around killing those people as the Nailman.
The urban legend offered targets for murder.
A priest is supposed to be the voice of God, but he went around killing people because someone wanted them dead.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
What is awesome?
Ugh, my feet. Well, we're gonna slay.
It's
Let's go.
insane to think that he'd kill people for a reason like that.
That could be said about all murders. Insane people kill for insane reasons. Anyway, you did it, Yuma.
Must start with E.
My expectations
Oh.
of you weren't wrong after all.
When you put it like that, I guess there is nothing else but eagle. It probably is, but I can't think of
finally
any.
over? Huh, nothing's happening. But last time...
Yeah, the soul of the true culprit who created this mystery labyrinth should appear. And since it didn't, it looks like this isn't over yet.
Or she.
Huh?
Were we right?
It's not over?
There are still mysteries related to the Nailman killings within this mystery lab.
God, this game! What is this game even doing?
Discovered the true identity of the Nailman. Was I wrong? But the priest even confessed
I guess
to
we
it.
were right. Estantia. Whoa! Sorry.
Calm down, Yuma. There's no need to panic. If the Nailman's
Why was the
identity
corporation
is
involved?
exposed,
Now we
all
get to the
mysteries
nun
are yet to
involved.
be
Let's go.
solved. Then most likely someone else's agenda is involved in this string of killings.
Someone else's agenda?
Ba 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 ba.
Meaning the Nailman didn't work alone.
You mean there's another culprit?
Yuma, if you consider yourself to be a detective, you must see the truth through to the very end. No mystery concludes with a dead end. There is nothing we detectives cannot solve.
All right.
Thanks, Mom.
We have to review these killings from
Oh,
a
hell
different
yeah,
perspective.
we're good. Ha 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 ha. I do find it quite funny, Estania, that you obviously don't want to like see the really like creepy shit in the game, which I don't blame you, neither do I. But it's also like, I love that you keep coming back just to be like, I love a good mystery case though.
Out of the four
And I get it, that's what
locked
drives you in.
if
It's so
any of them
cool.
were
It's
hiding
better
a
than
mysterious
Danganronpa where
secret.
it's like, why are you uselessly murdering each other? While this is like, let's solve the cases. You know, there's more cause.
It would be the room that's obviously different.
Anyway, have a good
from the
lunch.
others.
Different.
Master, I get the feeling you want my help. Isn't that right? That's what you want, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, Master. Lay it all.
Ah, fuck me. What do you want me to do, sorry?
No, that has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Try thinking.
Yeah.
Sorry, wait, sorry, what's the question? Thank you for the follow, Zango. Much appreciated. Wait, what's the question? Did I miss something?
No, that has nothing to do with the matter at hand.
Yeah.
What? Whatever. Like it's the puppet strings forcing people to go insane. Oh, this one's not that bad. I think it's the betrayal and twistedness that does it. Yeah, like it's the puppet strings forcing people to go insane and turn on each other that gets me. Wait. There we go. Now look at the victims and see where the corp comes into it. Well, yeah, and I'm definitely like anticipating for everything to end up being like the cause of Amaterasu, so that's the best kind of assumption for it, at least. Thank you for the follow, Sam. Would you say Sam? Sam, much appreciated. Okay, this sock room is different because from the others because of the victims. Wait, I did the third one because of the victims' methods. Thessel. The victim. Fucking hell.
You can do it, Matt.
Oh, okay, that was not one. Shit. I don't know. How many letters is it? 5? The back of the female's corpse had. Oh, right! It was the cause of death. The victim's death. Shit. I don't know if I have long enough.
Nice.
D. E.
Go, go, go.
A.
That's right.
Damn it.
That's right. You only have 30 seconds left.
I got it.
Hurry up. Go,
No.
go, go.
There we go. Okay, now lunch. Go get that lunch. Well, lunchtime. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. It's weird how it's like death across the scene and then she's just in a bathing suit. Like, life goes on. Hi, Philip. Wings of Eros. No, that is like the antithesis of what I am, please.
A new path's opened up. It seems to be a hidden passage. If so, then the truth should be.
What about
somewhere
Wings
down
of
there.
Error? Just
go.
errors. All of the errors. Every single one. I mean, you know, just general life errors. Beach episode, of course. Always. Wings of Errors. Sounds better. I make mistakes. Nothing wrong with that. Greek god of love. Yes, I know that, but that's still like the antithesis of what I am. I've never been in love. Well, I mean, I have been in love, but like, I haven't like dated someone for like. I haven't done anything like that.
So the cause of death for the victim at the art gallery storage is the only one that's different.
Yes.
Right. The victims in the other locked rooms were all strangled to death.
Okay.
All had strangulation marks and scratches, defensive wounds. The victim in the third locked room had strangulation marks, but no signs of resisting. There's also evidence of blunt trauma to the head, which can be considered the fatal blow.
The marks could have been made after the victim died, so as to appear as if strangulation was the cause of death.
Eros, no.
The
Please
real
no.
cause of death is blunt force
Absolutely
trauma.
not. Train. I'm so sleepy. Ah, that's better. Love you, Han Han.
another obstacle.
I love you,
But
Philip.
it's likely to be an insignificant
Thanks for the
one.
hugs.
Yuma,
I just
let's
assumed
solve
it was
this mystery
hugs.
and move
Thanks
on.
for the love.
Right.
Wait, what's going on? Ah, shit. Okay. Thinking about Han. What have I done? Thinking? Wait. The work of the priest, coincidence, the work of a copycat. Oh, we were right! Oh my god, I said that. Work of a copycat. I'm pretty sure I literally said this as a guess, that at least one of them seemed to be done by a copycat. Which means...
Right here.
Oh! Thinking? Never mind. It's okay. I'm just wibble wobbling my way through life. That's what we do here.
Faked.
Just
To imply
excessive
this crime had the same perpetrator as the
wibble
other three
wobbling.
incidents. By making the crime scene as similar as possible, it appeared like the Nailman was responsible for an unrelated murder.
So was it the worshipper?
Which means this was a copycat crime.
Just not crazy to
I
think.
agree.
Oh god. We just wibble wobble. We wibble wobble all day. Ba-da-da-da. Oh, the kid. Why is the kid in there?
Among the string of mailman killings, there could be some that were done by copycat criminals.
Right.
That has to be why the mystery labyrinth still remains, even after discovering the Nailman's identity. So who is the copycat criminal?
Indeed, we need to uncover this imposter's identity.
All right.
Like...
You're accusing me of being the copycat criminal? What the hell? I'll kill your ass!
Okay, we have a problem here because I legitimately don't know who it is. There's no real defining feature, surely. There's no real defining feature. How do you wibble wobble again? You wibble wobble. Just move those shoulders. It poorly. It's more like if you're like trying to fix a crick in your neck and you just... Yeah. That's how you wibble wobble. You just kind of... You just try to make it look like you can move your body in any capacity. Okay. I'll be back. I'm here. Is it similar, like doing the twist? You think I can be bothered doing something like that? Come on. Trying to get sweets. Please ignore me. Yeah, no, I don't do the twist here. That's too much effort. Okay, give me a second. And thank you for the follow, Hammer. Wow. Anyway, but I'm really not too sure. Alright. But yeah, I'm really not sure who it is. I wanted to. The sour worms? Nah, you can't get the sour worms. They're mine. No. I would if you were in arm's reach, Philip. Okay, I promise. Alright.
No, it's not me.
I told you already. I have nothing to do with this.
He's the most likely one. You ate a sweet and jealous. I'm sorry. Okay, so here's the theory. Hear me out. Okay, guys. The only definitive proof we have it is this guy is because, one, he was on the premise and went to someone who was like, hey, I have a theory that someone's going to die here. Could you check around the building? Checks around the building. But they end up finding the body now, but one thing he did was he kicked over a tin of paint, which I'm going to assume probably was because maybe some of his bright blue hair or something like that was on the floor. So he tipped over he ended up tipping over the paint to kind of cover the evidence on the floor. That is the only assumption I could make. Because there's no other approximation to it being anyone else. Thanks for the hugs, Philip. So it's gotta be this guy.
You are the copycat criminal.
Huh? Me? What are you talking about? I told you all about the Nailman, and even cooperated with your investigation. And now you think I'm a murderer? Are you fucking kidding me? This is crazy. Your investigation isn't worth shit.
I like how it's a simmer outlet.
Dust! You filth!
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Not to mention, obviously, he's like a fanatical fan of the Nailman, so it's not crazy to think he'd get to the point of like duplicating the crime. Especially if he found out if it was the priest. Because if he found out the priest was doing the murders, he might think, oh, this is divine justice. Shit. Woman's course, sign of blunt trauma. Let's stick with this one.
Why accuse me of being the culprit? I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a cop? All been the Nailman. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah? And even if there was—
Nope. Okay, not that one.
I knew it.
I thought that was it, because it was. Oh no, because it wasn't.
Why accuse me of being the culprit?
Okay.
I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? You could have all been the Nailman.
The cause of death was just different each time, yeah? And even if there was a copycat criminal, why is it me? The servant could be the copycat. The nut could be the copycat. Anyone could have done it.
Ah. Very angry. Okay, so not the right key. Information was obtained from the church worshippers who knew about the Nailman killings. Victim's neck. There was a rope mark caused by strangulation and wounds from resisting. Maybe he knew this.
Why accuse me of being the culprit?
I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? You could have all been the Nailman.
I don't know what the right.
Different each time, yeah?
Nope. Shit.
I knew it.
Say,
Why would they try to cover up the cause of death? We tried this one though, don't we?
Why accuse me of being the culprit? I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the Nailman. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah? And even if there was a—
I don't understand.
Copycat criminal? Is it me?
the servant could be the copycat. The nut could be the copycat.
Anyone could have done it!
Anything after this? Okay, no, that's definitely the end.
Say,
Nailman incident was the talk of the town, so couldn't anyone be the copycat killer?
Except,
But in order to copy the crime, you'd need to know the details of the case. Weren't those details widely known? Let's check the solution keys. Yeah, so which was the non-public information about it being the...
Accuse me of being the—
But if... Maybe I'm supposed to do... Not this one.
Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? The cause of death was just different each time, yeah?
Fuck. It's gotta be that one, right?
I knew. But why accuse me of being the culprit?
Oh.
I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? Been the nail man. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah? I knew it. Why accuse me of being the culprit? I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the nail man. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah?
What? It's not that one either?
I knew it. But why accuse me of being the culprit?
Why accuse me of being the culprit? He was just the first on the scene.
What?
I'm trying to find a contradiction.
Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal?
I tried 3 of them. One is not relevant. Each time, right? No, it wasn't.
Why is it me? The servant could be the copycat. The nut could be the copycat. Anyone could have done it.
Maybe this one? Okay, alright, we figured it out. Fuck. Okay.
The cause of death in the art gallery was blunt force trauma, faked as a strangling to resemble the nailman's MO.
Okay.
But the murders all being strangulations wasn't made public right away. The only ones who knew that were those who actually set foot on the crime scenes. That includes the nailman himself, the peacekeepers, and the first eyewitnesses on the scene.
Okay.
Which means you could have committed the murder in the art gallery.
That ass run away! Goodbye.
Master, after him! Beat some sense into that sensitive, nonsensical phantom!
The what?
For the first on the scene to also be the culprit is rather cliche.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
He was always suspicious, but because the real nailman was someone else, I didn't connect the dots. He was fascinated by the nailman, and by studying him, he eventually knew more about him than anyone else.
Right. Still sus.
Ultimately, he became the nailman.
It's ironic that he exposed his own crime by knowing too much about the other ones.
Yeah,
Master, the truth is right there!
It's pretty sus.
My radar is banging like crazy!
What?
Banging?
Oh my god. Alright. Here we go again. Gotta remember my button prompts.
Go away! I won't let you! You have the truth!
Looks like we've arrived at the final stage.
If we make him submit, we'll completely solve the mystery labyrinth. Master, don't let your guard down.
Your game. Today's Wednesday, isn't it? Hecky. Hello, phone. Alright. Alright, giant Shinigami again. Woo! This is still weird. Can't you use your hands? so proud of herself. It's creepy. To be perfectly honest. Alright. God Shinigami. Still a god of death. Alright. What are my buttons again?
Do this, Master.
I don't remember what my buttons are. A.
Never destroy
Y.
this art! Damn you! Stop it! Shut up!
Okay.
Damn this! Stop with your lies! Everything was done by the Nail Man! I'm not the culprit!
Lies!
How dare you accuse me when you have no proof? You didn't even check the crime scenes back then!
Yeah, we did. Pillar's forte, I guess?
You're wrong! Huh? Come on!
Okay, that worked, thank god. We mecha Shinigami now, obviously.
We were able to see what each crime scene looked like at that time.
My power allows me to see the moment the first witness saw the crime scene. Not the culprit, not the victim.
We used post-cognition to...
That's pretty poor evidence, especially considering, as I've said, like, people can't exactly prove it, but...
Shut up!
Someone's getting
Get
defensive.
away from me! Damn it! Why you? Get away from me! Get away! Get away! Get away! Who cares if you use post-cognition? You only saw what I saw as the first person on scene.
Incorrect.
No clue will help lead you to the culprit.
Right?
You're never gonna find the culprit. What you saw is only what I saw the moment the corpse was discovered.
Fucky. The paint on the floor?
Halara's post-cognition showed us that the paint can at the gallery storage entrance had been knocked over. And according to the art gallery staff member's testimony, that was your doing. You went into the crime scene first, and the art gallery employee behind you noticed you knocking over the paint can. But Halara's post-cognition only shows the scene when the corpse is first discovered. So if you were the first person to find the body, the scene before the paint can fell over would have been recreated.
What? What? That is... Alright, game. That doesn't... My tiny brain. I have such a tiny brain. You can't do this to me. That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
It wasn't. The paint can had already been knocked over when the corpse was discovered.
Oh god, okay. Oh my god, okay. So we saw the paint can in post-cognition. Nah, I don't.
That means the first person to find the corpse was the
art gallery staff member. No,
not you.
Right.
The reason you didn't count
Right,
as the
that's
first
the
person
point.
to find it is because you're the culprit.
Right. I mean, it could have just simply been because they saw it, but they looked through the door before the other person did, but sure. God, my brain. Yeah. To think that that pocket of paint ended up being important. That pocket of paint is okay. Philip, my brain's so small. By the way, Han, damn you. What have I done? I only make you hungry, okay? I'm only making you realize the hunger in your stomach. Poor guy.
Master, finish him! Shove all your evidence into the solution blade and slash as hard as you can!
What if we just didn't? Oh, right, that's right. We have to do the whole deduction. Denouement. Food on mind at the moment. You should make some hedgehog, my dude. I just gave you the recipe. Okay, so there's 13 chapters. 13 chapters to the game. Fuck me. We're only the way through, guys. I hope you're ready. We're gonna get our money's worth out of this game, which makes my brain happy. I love getting my money's worth. Eyeless dolls, and what's this one? Vent. Alright. What's this one? Nails? Cool. Alright, and then this is the one on the wall. Here? Chat. That's alright. It was one of the two. Hey, how's it going? Our brain and our brain's hand. Remember, we're just one brain cell. You're right. My mistake. I need to remember that all of our brain cells are collective, and I know that Cat is working very hard at all of his studying and all of his exams, so he's using up all of the extra brain cell. All of the remaining brain cell. Fuck. Fishing line. Back. That's fine. There we go. No, is 9:32 p.m. at night. That's okay, man. Just drink water. I'll say this once, I'll say this 1,000 times. Just drink water. Alright. Oh wait, I should actually look at these. I mean, this guy kind of, like, is pathetic, if I may say so. But also very creative as well. It's a rope ladder. Incinerator. Key. Alright. Okay, next one is a thing. So that's the rope ladder. Cool. Incinerator. Feels really stupid that he put it in the incinerator where it works. That seems like a really low brain move from me, but okay. Alright, so this was the nail man. This was the priest, sorry. God. Yeah, 2 murderers! We're gonna have 2 people fall down dead. Isn't that fun? Come on. There. I'm very disappointed. Mystery unraveled. We just finished the, oh, yeah, okay, so we were kind of right. So, well, yeah, I would say we were kind of right in the sense that, I remember saying that when we were first investigating the 3rd crime that happened, the one in the art gallery, I was like, this one seems a bit more like a copycat, because they mentioned that the hit on the back of the head was done with like a thing. Anyway, but we were right. So we finished fighting the priest nail man, but then it was like, why is this not the end? And it's like, okay, well, then we figured out that, okay, there's got to be a copycat, and that was the worshipper. Even though the worshipper, again, doesn't feel like the evidence is 100% worshipper, not the nun, the worshipper. Because, what was the evidence? I mean, it's about to recap it. I just leave it to the recap. My brain.
A series of locked room murders based on an urban legend. Will we discover the true identity of the nail man?
Fanatic? Yeah, the fanatic.
Time for the deduction.
Because
to solve the mystery of this string of events, we have to know who the nail man is first.
keep going.
The Nailman is an urban legend of Kanai Ward.
Right.
You write down the name of someone you want dead, and drive a nail through it and a doll to a tree behind the church.
Still
And
creepy.
the Nailman will kill that person for you with a countless number of nails.
A string of murders exactly like that urban legend began half a year ago.
All of the crime scenes featured a corpse and dolls nailed down within a locked room. The first murder happened 6 months ago at a secret club in Kamasaki district.
Okay.
The victim was none other than the geezer who owned the place, and the cause of death was strangulation.
Right.
I heard the buy-in to place a bet was pretty steep, and cheating was rampant, so it was obviously a scummy place.
The key to the door was inside of a glass. And the vent that connects outside looked too high for escape to be possible.
But the culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footholds to climb. The proof? Why, the nails that were bent downward.
The vent was not screwed down at the time of the murder, so it could easily be removed and used as an escape route.
Again, the music is too loud here, but I don't think I can change it.
The second murder
Not in the
happened
middle
3
of
months
this.
ago. It was at a mansion near Gima district.
The victim was some real estate agent who lived there, and the cause of death was again strangulation. He made a lot of money through shady real estate deals, so of course someone would be out to get him.
The door to the crime scene was the only possible entrance. But the key to that door was underneath the nailed-down victim.
Right.
After the culprit escaped, some sort of trick was used to get the key back into the room.
A fishing line passed from the vent through the eye socket of the doll
This is still way too intricate a thought.
and propped up the upper body of the corpse. All that was left was to exit the room, lock it, throw the key in from the vent, and
Still
boom,
very
you
sus.
got yourself a locked room mystery.
You'd have to have an amazing throwing arm. Like, did he practice a few
The key
times?
was tossed under the victim from the vent. And once the fishing line was retrieved, the corpse's upper body fell over, completing the crime scene.
The
Just to
nails
follow
on
it
the
too?
upper body
Meh.
didn't pierce through
I know, right?
completely, so it wasn't nailed down at all.
The third murder happened 1 month ago in an art gallery storage room in Gima district.
The skank's cause of death was blunt force trauma.
Hey.
She was a pretty
Can't
lady
use that
who
word.
let her looks get to her head, and she got boom killed.
The key to the storage room was nailed to a painting through a doll. Another trick was used to get the key back inside the room here.
The painting with the doll nailed to it was propped up against the window, and then the culprit left the room. They nailed the key to the painting through the window.
No one heard the crash from
Over,
inside.
and bam, all done.
Those are the truths behind the past 3 cases. And now, there's been another murder at the clock tower in Kanai Ward.
The woman's cause of death was strangulation. Since you told that kid you'd take care of it, we gotta solve this case.
The clock tower crime scene is rather high up on the 3rd floor. The door was locked from the inside, and the window shutters were also locked. But there was
No,
rainwater under
also
the
not
window,
evil as the
and nails
others.
in 2 of the dolls had rub marks.
Not evil as the others? What do you
In
mean?
other words, the culprit must have hung a rope ladder from the dolls to escape out the window. With my logic, anything is possible.
I think I've heard you say that before.
Why are you imitating Halara? Anyway. The killer cut their footing on the way down from the window.
Victim was a pretty woman who let her looks get to their head. Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
The shutters come down under their own weight.
Especially considering, you know, like the other ones were a lot more about corruption. Actually, did they explain the reason to kill this lady?
Sure love your shutters, master.
Meant just scummy real estate and gambler, and yeah, like what's the other one? I don't
Then
think she
burned
was.
in the church incinerator.
I don't know. I don't think they
which only
discussed
clergy
the
have access to.
death of the other one.
That's how we know the mailman must be someone from the clergy.
But one question arose from this. The Nailman killings share one more characteristic. All the victims were murdered by strangulation.
Right.
This piece of information wasn't publicized.
The cause of death in the art gallery murder was blunt force trauma. The strangulation marks were added later.
Which means that it was someone mimicking the Nailman. But I already know the identity of the copycat killer. First, the Nailman must be someone thin enough to pass through the vent.
Someone with the skills to throw the key with precision.
And someone affiliated with the church.
The priest! You're the Nailman!
Oh, Amaterasu wanted to smuggle their murder in with the Nailman killings? Maybe? I don't think so.
Copycat is someone who knows that all of the victims were strangled to death.
Because he was the first witness in each case, the person capable of replicating the Nailman's crimes is...
Right.
The Worshipper! You're the copycat criminal!
I like how they make him look really cool. Like, okay, bud. Smuggle the murder with the Nailman killings. I don't think so.
This is the truth of the case.
Yeah. Time to murder.
What's that?
It's the truth. The soul of the true culprit who built this mystery labyrinth.
I see. It looks otherworldly, but there's an ominous air around it.
Well, we are about to kill them.
Thank you, Halara. I was only able to make it this far thanks to you.
I only kept my part of the deal. You made the right choice hiring me.
Damn it.
But I will say one thing. You've taken another step toward being a detective.
I imagine we'll keep having
That
like
much is certain. I, Halara Nightmare, acknowledge you.
acknowledgement. We did it.
Really, Halara? You do?
Blushy, blushy. Aww. Aren't they cute?
Alright, all eyes on Shinigami!
Yep, so now we need to collect the set.
What's about to happen?
Oh, isn't it obvious?
Yeah, I imagine like each detective that we end up working with,
We've all been waiting for!
will have like, we'll discover new things about them. Oh, or sorry, they'll be teaching us an important lesson each time. So Halara kind of taught us to, you know, act at our own. Also, I re-watched this cutscene. There's not actually an eye. It's like a coin
Glowing despair.
on her scythe. Just as an FYI. So I saw it in one of the clips and I was like, wait a second. So I just went to have a closer look at it.
Shall expunge this cursed case.
Just,
All deploy.
it does look like an eye, but
To the final mystery
like, damn. Oh no, there is an eye. Shit. Okay, no, sorry. Don't listen to me. I only saw the first half of that. Never mind. Don't listen to me. I only saw the first. Fucking hell. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Murder through love. It even part closes when she kisses. Yeah, I know. I know. I remember half seeing the first part of it and was like, yeah, it doesn't have. Alright. Thanks for the company. I'll be off to focus on work. Love you all. Love you, Philip. Look after yourself. Okay. You're amazing. You're wonderful. Okay. Good luck at work. Doing good. Don't forget to drink water. You're doing great. I can't wait to do the next murder. I'm not gonna lie. It's so weird because every single thing is just weird and new, effectively. Like, I mean, like, the fact that we're finding out there's like 13 chapters, I'm like, shit, we're not gonna get through this. Alright.
Father?
Are you alright?
Sorry, guys.
What's going on? What happened to those two?
Ha 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 ha.
There's no pulse. They're dead.
Dead? What?
What? What is this?
Sorry, Halara. She's gonna hate us now.
I sure worked hard today. Feels so good to boom kill the murderer.
The mystery labyrinth crumbles when you reap the soul of the true culprit. Then, the cause of the mystery labyrinth's creation pays the price by vanishing with it. I know this would happen, but it still hurts to see someone die before my eyes.
Halara's not gonna be happy.
It's like I killed them myself.
Yep.
No, I did kill them. I killed them with the ruthless blade of the truth.
Oh, yeah.
There. Humans boom kill cows and pigs all the time and eat them. You don't feel bad about that, right?
She has a point.
These were the souls of deranged murderers. At least you didn't eat them.
We could. We could fix
If you
that.
look at it that way,
I mean,
there's nothing to feel bad about at all.
She has a point.
It's not so simple when it comes to people dying.
Did you people do this? Did you kill them with some kind of poison?
Obviously not.
Hey, hold on. I have no idea what's going on here. Too much is happening all at once.
Feels, man.
We shall talk at headquarters. Follow me there immediately.
Shit.
Is it just me, or are things more complicated now than before entering the mystery labyrinth?
Oh, you want help? Are you going to rely on me again?
Yes, let's do it, Shinigami.
Oh, fine. I can't say no when you ask for help.
Okay. What?
Everyone!
What?
Ah, he came back to life! Sorry about that. You see, I'm actually the mailman.
What?
These are my final words, so I can't lie. I'm the mailman. The worshiper laying there is just a copycat criminal. Search the church for the tools used in each crime. I'm sure you'll find plenty of evidence.
This is
If you think
weird.
I'm lying, go ahead and check it out. Thanks.
That was so poor,
I didn't know you
Shinigami.
could do that. But that was a super lazy confession. Will it work?
Make him question it at least.
Should do it. We even have witnesses, so this case is closed.
The priest mumbled something, but I couldn't quite hear him.
Damn it.
Anyway, everyone here will be taken to Amaterasu Corporation at once.
Good try.
What?
It wasn't effective at all.
He's so stubborn. This is why I hate authority.
What do we do?
Wait, I hear something.
Huh? What now?
What's happening?
A motorbike. Something is heading this way at an alarming speed.
Oh, that's Thunderbike, guy, sure. Thunderbolt? I've forgotten his name. Surely it's Thunderbolt.
Where is that coming from?
No? What?
No. What are you doing here?
Did they just kill him?
Who are you?
So this is... I mean, okay, hear me out. Just looking at these guys, as soon as I saw them the first time, I was like, they kind of look like the SS, and now I'm just proof.
Who do you think I
The hero who defends peace and order in Kanai Ward. Director of the Amaterasu Peacekeepers. The Honorable Yomi Hellsmile.
Oh god. His name literally means darkness. Okay.
The Peacekeepers director?
So he is the head of the Peacekeepers.
Now you know, small fry. Bow down.
No.
What are you doing here?
Can your assistant step
No
on me?
need to be alarmed. Benevolent Director Yomi is here to help. Oh, excuse me for the late introduction. I am Vice Director of the Peacekeepers, Martina Electro.
Nice. Yomi's technically demon, Yami would be dark. Yeah, but isn't it called no, I think you're right. Shit, fuck. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Don't
She's
ever
my
listen to me if
beloved
I
right
try
hand.
to say something
No one
obvious.
else gets to
I was thinking of the Yami Yami no Mi, but I was like, isn't it the Yomi Yomi no
What's
Mi?
with
And I was
him?
just, it's one letter different. Okay?
Master, be careful. This Yomi guy.
I literally have a clip of me being like, Stanty is the smartest of us all. I don't know why I keep thinking of something different.
Such a dangerous aura before.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Knowledge for the win. Fuck me.
He's that bad?
So, what brings you here?
Oh, right. I was so focused on my beloved right hand that I completely forgot.
Okay.
As mentioned earlier, Director Yomi
One Piece
is
talk.
here to
I
help.
love One Piece. You want to talk about One Piece?
I hear you've been troubled by.
Look, I never said I remembered
unreasonable
for
treatment.
high class reasons. I never thought so. I mean, well, I mean, I just know you know everything.
Director Yomi,
Doesn't matter where it's from.
what is going on here? Why am I?
Why are they?
We have discovered you've been receiving sizable kickbacks for facilitating donations meant for the church.
Oh, damn. Are they
We now
framing
know
him?
Why you were so desperate to clean up all the Nailman killings.
Are they framing it?
After all, it would be troublesome to lose access to all that money if the priest was arrested as the Nailman.
Wait, please. Director Yomi, I did this under your orders.
I don't know everything. Yes, you do. You do now. Congratulations.
Did you say something? Because I didn't hear a thing.
Oof.
I only did this because you ordered me to.
Speak
Seth,
up.
You make me sad.
Damn, this guy's psychotic.
I'm the hero and defender of peace in this city. My peacekeepers are proud
Well, connection
soldiers
we
of that
couldn't have
mission.
known. Yeah.
And yet, you let yourself be corrupted. How could you?
Right.
Seth, for the sake of the peacekeepers and the peace of Kanai Ward,
Alright, bud.
Die.
Taking advantage of your position as a peacekeeper executive is a serious crime. The punishment must be severe.
But
I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, I'm annoyed my own underling would betray me like this.
If I may say so, this is a good...
I'm so annoyed, I'd go insane if I didn't toy around with my beloved right hand.
What are you insinuating? This is interesting because obviously if he gets arrested and doesn't actually die, like I'm saying Seth could be a potential like helper in the future maybe? I'm just saying.
It's an honor.
What the fuck? Excuse me.
He's terrible. Like a lizard cutting off its own tail to survive.
Usually it's called a survival
Someone like
instinct.
him is in charge of the Peacekeepers?
Yep. Acting is
Look
shit,
him in the
so
eyes.
Seth was ordered by Yomi.
Don't talk to him either. If possible, don't even breathe the same air as him. Though it's probably too late
He's
for that.
playing with the tits, I'm 90%
Well, then.
sure. Something like that.
To our shit for brains friends playing detective. Looks like I have to give you a warning.
Fuck.
Know your place in my city and stay there. Follow the rules and don't disturb our peace. Or I'll need you to die.
In this city, Director Yomi is both the law and the Peacekeepers itself. Defying us means you defy law and order. You will receive fitting treatment for such behavior.
Before, you were insignificant specks of dust. But now that you've banded together, you've become an eyesore. Detectives, my ass.
Unsurprisingly, Demon Hell Smile is evil. Who would have thought? Facts.
Wow. That's not very nice.
Let's go.
A literal
my
death god.
beloved right hand.
I like how he doesn't even say her name.
Director Yomi.
Looks like we've been targeted by someone dangerous.
Yeah, thanks to you. One wrong move and it would have been all over. You got that?
I'm sorry, but...
No buts. None. How did this happen anyway?
Laura, help me out. Please explain what happened. You said you acknowledged me as a detective, didn't you?
What? When did I say that?
Huh?
It's such a shame, Master. Everything that happens in the Mystery Labyrinth gets forgotten.
What?
What?
Helara's memory must have been wiped after entering and leaving the labyrinth.
It's kind of sad.
Nothing inside
I'm
the
disappointed.
Mystery Labyrinth can be taken into the real world. Not even memories.
Damn.
Unless you have a contract with yours truly, that is.
But I thought Halara and I had finally reached an understanding.
Not anymore.
Memories from up until you enter the Mystery Labyrinth are retained, like the debt you owe for your assignment.
Shit.
That's awful!
Hey, Yuma, are you listening? You better make sure this doesn't happen again.
Sawi, what could I
By
do?
the way, Chief, our submarine office is tipping over. Are you sure the Peacekeepers didn't mess with it?
Oh shit.
What? Seriously? I have to go back and repair it. Yuma, help me out. Follow me.
It was supposed to be time
really
for you
sad.
to reveal the solution, but we've ended up in quite the mess.
Huh? Yeah.
This is my first time dealing with the true culprit dying before they could be accused. But I recall how you did your best to try and solve the case.
Huh?
You should be proud.
Halara.
Look, the chief is calling for you. You should go.
Thanks, Alara.
Right. Thank you.
Arigata. Oh, that's so cute. And then she dies, one after the other. Part of them may remember the conclusion in if into the memories. Well, of the memory. Yeah, I mean, it's possible they get the sensation might be there, you know? If not the memories, yeah, they probably get the sensation. Those warm, fluffy feelings. Vivia, under the fireplace. Are you poking my foot?
A Peacekeeper executive was taking bribes from the church?
If Director Yomi said so, it would be considered the truth, even if it isn't.
What about the priest being the nailman?
It's going to be publicly announced as the truth. It appears the priest's strong desire to save others turned him into the nailman. He saw people wishing for revenge as they hammered those nails in the forest, and decided he needed to save them. That was the motive, though it could all be a story made up by the Peacekeepers.
So what about the kitty cat criminal?
You mean the copycat?
Or kitty cat.
That one was already publicized as well. They say the copycat did it out of admiration for the real Nail Man.
And in the end, he felt so much guilt that he poisoned himself? None of this really makes any sense.
It sure didn't look like death by poison to me.
It was me! I did it along with that detective kneeling in penitence over there.
See, the thing that frustrates me the most about this is obviously, like, again, like, it's going to start becoming obvious by the time you do the second and third murder. I imagine that there's definitely something sus going on where there's a tons of people just kind of falling over dead. It's kind of like, again, kind of like with Persona, where with Persona there's a certain amount of like, hey, why is these big time criminals all of a sudden basically admitting to their crimes? It seems really weird, and even though it's a good thing, it's almost perceived as a bad thing in Persona, because it's like, well, why are they doing, you know, like, who's, you know, why is this happening and what's going on sort of thing. You know. So my point is, at some point someone's gonna catch on, and that makes me nervous.
It would make more sense to assume Yomi killed them somehow. Especially when you consider the timing. He'd do it without batting an eye.
Yomi Hellsmile, the director of the Peacekeepers, the leader of our enemy.
I heard he rode in on a dragon.
Correct.
No, it was a motorcycle.
From what I've investigated, the Peacekeepers' influence is gaining ground at Amaterasu Corporation. There's some sort of power struggle going on. Seems like they're getting their way internally. I hear that their boss, Yomi, is extraordinarily dangerous.
I believe that.
Extraordinary. So he is very normal? How scary.
I love her.
It's only a matter of time until the Peacekeepers gain complete control of the corporation. When that happens, they might outright attack the World Detective Organization.
Perhaps the WDO made its move because they saw the warning signs. If that's the case, it could have something to do with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret? We still know nothing about it, huh?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the Nailman incident. I wonder what it could be.
Sheesh, so much to deal with. This sounds exhausting.
Didn't I tell you that from the start?
We have to obey directives from number 1, no matter how difficult they are.
Well, we got some very talented master detectives gathered here. I'm sure it'll be fine. So much. No, everything changes from now on. Yuma, you can take a seat now.
My legs feel numb.
Don't stick your neck out recklessly from now on, for everyone's sake. Got it?
Got it.
Hey, we worked super hard. I'm so stressed I could die.
What? You're a death god. How could you be stressed? You could have so much.
No,
What?
but I can't die.
Can you really, like, not die? What if someone tried and put you in a box or something?
Do we have a visitor? That's rare. Yuma, can you go get it?
Is it the kid? They did show a kid in one of the scenes. Oh, okay. Oh, different kid.
It's you.
My dad is back safe at home. It's all thanks to you. Thank you for helping us.
No, I just... Well, I'm happy for you.
Aw, look at you getting thanked. You were on your knees just a moment ago.
Look, she's eating a piece of onigiri.
Be quiet.
Oh, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
Go on.
What is it?
Did someone else die or something?
Will you play catch with me?
Aw.
Huh? Catch? But it's raining. Actually, sure. Let's play.
It's always raining. When you live in a place where it's always raining, surely you, at some point, you just start ignoring. you know, like you just start ignoring.
Rain.
Whether it's raining or
My
not.
memories still seem like faraway raindrops. My hands still have yet to grasp a single thing. I'm still lost. Is it all right for me to be here? But with the worn baseball gripped in my hand, my heart somehow feels lighter. Why I wanted to be a detective, it could have been for the sake of something so small that it fits in my hand. Maybe I should give myself credit for this small realization. So, for just a bit longer...
Was that supposed to be... I don't know why I feel like that was supposed to be Assassination Classroom. I don't know, it just made me think of, God, Kuro-sensei. We did it! Yay! 1 chapter down! I was thinking, oh man, this might take like 2.5 weeks. Now I'm like convinced this is gonna end up taking like so fucking long. How'd we go? RDMs, stamina was not great. I'll take it. Not perfect, but accepted. Okay, coolio. All right, next case. What is the next case? Hi, I've seen this on the eShop and wanted to see some gameplay. How are you? I'm doing well. Hope you are too. This game, so far, it's really cool. I would first inquire, like, have you ever played Danganronpa or any of that sort of game? So it's by the same makers as Danganronpa. So there's some amount of art styles and, like, I would like to say, like, general, like, kind of core I would say general concepts that kind of like link the two. So if you played Danganronpa, you'd definitely really like this because it's slightly different, but also like still very much like, you know, you're still solving murders and stuff like that. But I mean, so far, like if you go and buy it, well, in Australia, it depends where you're from, but in Australia, I bought it from JB Hi-Fi and it was $70 there compared to $80 on the eShop, just as a point. That might matter to you. But I mean, I usually go off the fact that I like to do a $1 to like 1 hour kind of mentality. So if I get a game that's like $70, ideally I get 70 hours out of the game. As far as I know, there's like 13 chapters in this game. And I've done 1.5 chapters-ish or something, and we're at like 11 hours. So it seems to at least be worth my money at this point, unless they speed through the ending part. I've seen walkthroughs, but I want to play now. That's fair, that's fair. I watched Game Grumps play Danganronpa. I also watched the anime, like, when I was like 15 or something. Scared the crap out of me. And then, like, I watched Game Grumps play it later, and it's like, you just get desensitized to it a bit more. And then this game, so far, this game, I'd like to say, like, the first murders are like kind of spooky, but like after that it's been a little bit more, I don't know, it hasn't shocked me as much, but I imagine it'll get there. We're about to start a new thing. Start chapter 2.
Unpainted faces in uniform by the window.
School? Stage?
This isn't the real me.
Okay, actor. No, take care. Good night, Alda. Sleep well.
With that, a hand reaches out and misses the stars grazing off dusk.
Okay.
In the shadow of the school after class lies the remnants of everything someone has lost.
Okay. It seems like a shorter case. I could be wrong. Silent curtain call. Well, that's a name for it. There's a lot of dialogue in this. That is, I mean, that's normal for a Danganronpa game, but goddamn, so much dialogue. What you doing? Ryoko. What you gonna do? Dun, 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 dun. Meanwhile.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, Fubuki.
Oh? You look so clean cut.
Anyway, my
today.
point is that because there's a lot of dialogue, this is like the boring part. I mean, it's still important, but there's a lot of talking.
the two of them?
Oh, you're right. What a wonderful surprise.
The chief was gone by the time I got here. It's way past our meeting time.
What's he doing? So far, the characters are pretty cool. I like the concepts. If you've played Persona 5, it's really good too.
The chief suddenly
Because
went missing.
Persona 5 like has certain core elements that are kind of like Persona 5. So if you like that plus Danganronpa, it's fucking amazing.
That's horrible.
I'm hoping this will be a shorter murder.
I wonder what happened to Chief Yako.
I'm sure he's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What do you guys have to say? Fubuki's such an airhead. That's what makes her so cute. This guy really looks like he's going to commit a crime one of these days. Wow. Oh, I know. Why not have a little picnic until the chief arrives? We could eat lunch under the great big sky. The rain would feel so lovely. Fubuki, I really don't want to go out in the rain. Oh. Hey, Vivian.
Yeah.
I'm just getting to a good part. Do you mind waiting?
No.
Vivian doesn't care much, huh? He's doing great.
Seeing that the chief's raincoat isn't here, he must have gone out.
I think that's a logical
The
deduction.
desk drawer is slightly open, and the loose change inside is gone. It wasn't a significant
He
amount
bought
of money,
a meat bun,
just
didn't he?
enough to do some shopping. Considering that the refrigerator is empty, he most likely went out to get breakfast.
That's correct. Chief Yako said he's grabbing breakfast before everyone got together. He asked me to tell everyone, which is why I just did.
Why didn't you tell us earlier?
Oh, so no chopped up corpse then.
Not yet.
So perceptive, Halara.
With my logic, anything is possible.
Wait.
Wow, you are like a real detective.
Everyone here is a real detective.
Well, there is one trainee who wandered in here.
Thanks, Tetsuhiko.
What a jerk! I'm the only one who's allowed to pick on Master. One of these days, I'll get back at that shorty detective. I'll turn him into a wax doll or something.
Which reference is this? I'm trying to remember. How did the master detectives work in this game? The way trailer gives them fortes, which I'm guessing is a unique skill. Yes, okay. So in the game, there's the WDO, which is the world. It's a world detective organization. And there's tons of like detectives underneath them, but there's also master detectives. Master detectives are people who have completed the detective course but have developed I guess like an underlying skill. Like people who work to become detectives in the WDO usually have some sort of proficiency. So like if you're more likely to read minds or something like that, you kind of fine tune that so you can eventually read another person's mind. Not that we've had that as an example, but that's kind of like the impression you get. So everyone has a different forensic forte. And they're usually, so far, they've been used to investigate the ability. So in one of the trailers, it showed off post-cognition. So post-cognition is actually an ability where whenever the body was first found in like a crime scene, we can, while holding that detective's hand, we can see backwards in time and see what's kind of like happening at the same time. I've only done that with I've only just done chapter 1, so we've only seen, so that was Halara's ability, which is the girl in the back. She's the sassy one. The logical one. So that's kind of been the only use of the forensic forte so far that we've kind of seen. Hashtag definitely not magical abilities. Yeah. In the fireplace, lol. He's just hanging out. It's on a sub. What's it gonna do? So, and obviously out of the master detectives, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Something like that. And I imagine we'll like find out each person's like skill as they go along. But obviously it's also one of those things where it's like, I'm still not completely convinced. Cause, okay, so I should explain this as well. The main antagonistic force of the game is the Amaterasu Corporation that has full control over Kanai Ward, which is where we are. And the idea is that we need to find out Kanai Ward's big, great secret, which we don't know what it is. You know, so it's kind of like Danganronpa, where it's like, what's the greatest tragedy that ever happened? The biggest, most tragic tragedy of history. So we're trying to kind of, I mean, like, we need to go around and do like different investigations on like different murders and stuff like that. But I kind of get the impression that you'll eventually find a lot more evidence connecting the murders possibly to the Amaterasu Corporation and who's controlling it and whatever else is happening.
Even if he's a trainee, he's still a detective. We don't discriminate here.
Thanks, Halarum.
What, you're on the rookie side?
Thank you for the follow, Fred. Much appreciated. I hope I'm doing it okay at explaining things.
No way am I gonna recognize him as a real detective. Right, Vivia?
Huh? Oh, there's no need to worry. I ate breakfast before coming over here.
You're not even listening.
I love Vivian.
I wonder why the chief is taking so long.
He's dead.
Maybe he's in line at a stall for some meat buns. He's always eating that stuff.
Grandma Ponytail is thick. You talking about Fubuki? You're great at explaining. Thank you. Okay.
It is Kanai Ward's specialty. Adults and children alike seem to love it in the city. I have witnessed people line up at the meat bun stalls in both the Kamasaki and Gima districts.
I can't imagine
Everyone
eating a
looks
meat
so
bun.
gloomy around here because they eat that crap like a bunch of country bumpkins.
What,
Hey,
you have
Rookie,
healthy meal
go make
each
something
night?
for the chief. You're good at cooking, aren't you?
I'm still confused why he looks like a frog. Obviously his last name is Thunderbolt, so I imagine he has some sort of electric ability, but he looks like a frog to me.
Actually, due to my amnesia, I can't make anything tasty.
What? Oh, you're useless, Rookie.
I'm the only one who gets to call Master useless.
Wow, thanks Shinigami.
Jeez. Everything about this town is so dark and gloomy. It's making me go insane. I step outside and I get rained on. All I hear are raindrops. There's no good music anywhere. Oh, I know. What this town needs isn't truth or justice. It's high-quality entertainment.
Sure, man.
That's where I come in. It's time for me to blow some minds with my
Okay. Fubuki. Okay.
Debut.
For butt key. Wait, hold the phone. I was like, oh, you just spelled Fubuki incorrectly. Excuse you. She's doing her best.
Singing, dancing, superstar detective.
Sure, buddy.
My beautiful voice will echo throughout this town. I'll show him what true entertainment looks like. I'm just doing this to breathe some life into this gloomy city. Not because I want to pick up chicks or anything.
No one asked, and he's already making excuses.
Where
Such
did you get an ice cream from?
behavior for a liar.
Oh, that reminds me. I just wrote a new song.
Oh, God.
I'll grace you all with it right
Okay,
now
I
as
guess
a
this is who
special
we're doing the next mission with.
Come on!
Thank
Always
God.
at the worst
Thank
timing.
you so much, Yoko.
These morning chases are killing me.
Chases? Shh, just walk away. You're doing great, man.
There's something going on here.
What's this? So dirty.
Yeah.
This guy smells like a nerd. How do you know what nerds smell like?
Sorry.
We're just about to go on a picnic too. I suppose we'll have to be postponed. She's kidding, right? Her expression is completely serious. It's a serious face of absolute seriousness. Always fashionably late. There's always somebody that has to be fashionably late. Excuse me, nerds are fine. Exactly. Might be the coat. Her knees are small. It's probably just the coat, man.
It's the Peacekeepers. They've been trailing me ever since I left. I was running to get them off my tail, but they refused to let up. Oh, that's the most running I've done in a while. Oh, my back is killing me.
Oh, feels, man.
So they just trailed you? Why not let them do it?
Like I want to go on an early morning date with some Peacekeepers? Not interested. Besides, it'd be one thing if they just wanted to follow me, but there's a chance they'll make an attempt on my life.
This guy.
Just for walking around? There's no way.
I don't know about that. It looks like they've gotten serious ever since the Nail Man case.
Okay, somebody's upset with me, but I made a kid happy, so...
Sorry.
Whatever.
We have more stuff to worry about than just Kanai Ward's ultimate secret. I think we should lay low for a while. Well, the WDO never said we had to discover it by a certain date. Let's lurk in the bottom of the river until things settle down. Hey, yeah, that's for the best. Let's go with that.
No. I have a life to live, thank you.
So passive, as usual. While we're hiding, we could lose what we've built here.
What have we built, sorry?
No. It's not my style to just wait for the opponent to make their move. I'm taking the initiative.
Go, Halara. One of these detectives gotta die at some point. The question is, which one will die? Still not convinced. I don't know.
Hold on, Halara.
I mean, they
Where do you think
could
you're
all
going?
end up dead.
There's something I want to look into. There's no need for concern. No matter how many peacekeepers come after me, I'll be fine.
I love you. She's so amazing.
I guess
It looked very disproportionate to the point of being intended, but the code, yeah, it's adding a different shape profile.
Halara will be fine. I just don't want
I
to get
think you're
dragged into any
paying
trouble.
way too much attention.
Jeez. Master detectives are all
I mean, I
selfish.
understand, but also...
We can hear you.
Well, good. I hope you all learn some self-restraint.
Should I go keep an eye on Halara? Just to make sure no fights break out.
Sure.
You, Fubuki? That'd actually make me more worried.
That's a great idea. Yes.
Oh,
Fubuki,
God.
please go team up with Halara.
Roger that. Off I go.
What? She just walked the opposite direction.
The exit is over here.
Are you sure sending Fubuki is a
I
good
love her
idea?
so much. She's such
Despite
a ditz.
how she acts, Fubuki has one of the strongest powers of all master detectives.
What are they? Tell me.
She'll be great help in times of trouble.
The strongest?
Is that sheltered skank really that
Hey,
amazing?
hey, I said this
Sure,
before.
just
Don't
look
use
it.
that word.
Time for us to go to. We need to find some girls that, clues.
I just asked you to show some self-restraint.
Oh, don't worry. I'm the ultimate master detective.
No, you
I
won't.
won't cause any trouble for you.
No, Danganronpa, get
Are
out of
you
here.
Sure?
She's my favorite detective now. That's fair. Can tell if someone is lying? No idea. I don't think so. It sounds like it's more like strongest in terms of physical prowess, possibly.
Loki worrying about me. My powers make me the best there is in deceiving prying eyes. Not even the Peacekeepers stand a chance.
Deceiving?
Oh yeah, this guy. Does this guy have the mimic
Guess
ability?
I'll put on a special show just for you.
Someone has a mimic ability. Was it this guy?
1 minute. Who knows how many days it took God to create the world? But I can change everything in just 1 minute.
Wow, you definitely make it sound dramatic.
Check this out.
You went in!
What's going on in the bag?
This is... okay.
Ta-da!
Huh? Tetsuhiko?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Wow, you totally look like Chief Yako.
Mimic Hannah called. What? No, it's in the trailer. It's in the trailer. I did not call it. I was cheating. I'm sorry.
What do you think? The perfect disguise, huh? Mastery of disguise is my forte.
And your voice, too. I didn't think your disguise would be so good.
Really? I think I'm far more handsome than that.
My backpack has tons of different tools inside. Using them allows me to disguise as anyone pretty much perfectly.
Wait, so is that your forte or not then? So he's just good at disguising.
And there you have it.
Not only can you
that a
change your
forte?
voice and looks, but your height and build too.
I'll have you know that this isn't magic or some cheap copycat ability. This is my disguise. It's a highly refined technique. Disguises don't have to be exactly perfect. Any flaws can be covered by matching the overall impression. In short, I just need to imitate the subject visually and psychologically.
The psychological part's not the easy part, but sure.
To be honest, it does put a huge strain on my body, though.
I thought the shorty detective was all talk, but this kid ain't bad. Guess he's not totally useless like you are, Master.
Hey, I'm trying my best.
So you get it now? With my disguise ability, the Peacekeepers will never be on my tail. Anyway, I'm off to pick up some babes. I mean, work the case.
Tell me, if they see you with the bag though, doesn't that clue in who it is?
Ginma District, there's no shortage of cuties.
Well, we're going there anyway, mate.
Hey! Master detectives are all so selfish. The WDO needs to teach them cooperation.
Cooperation?
Aren't they supposed to walk by
Hilari and
themselves?
Tetsuhiko are confident working alone. If I want to become a detective, I have to gain the same confidence they have. But it feels like I'll never get there at this rate.
What's the time? 10:30.
What's the matter, Shinigami?
I just realized something. There's so much you can do if you can disguise yourself as anyone. Like, you know, everything.
You're thinking about something awful again.
What?
Awful? I just have a bit of a mischievous nature is all.
Sure, bud.
You don't respect the rights of a death god!
Death gods have rights.
Maybe I'll just take off and go haunt someone else. Yeah!
Do it. I dare you.
By the way, Chief Yako, what should I do?
Well, we may have to hole up here for a while. So, I'm gonna need you to clean this room.
Fuck.
We might as well have it tidied up while
You're
we're
really gonna make me clean?
You want me to clean the room? Isn't that more of a job for a
At least
housekeeper
Halara
rather than a
respected me.
Trust me, this is also part of a detective's duty. I'm
Or
counting
like
on you, Yuma.
the right of like living as a human being.
Fine. Anyway, I didn't expect the Peacekeepers to follow us around just for now it's dangerous to go out.
What else is there to clean?
Don't slack off.
Wow.
It's great having a hard-working underling. Don't forget to vacuum now. Fuck you. Where'd you get a vacuum from? Look at my character, little zoop, 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 zoop. Amazing. Perfect.
This is so boring. Aren't there any decapitated corpses or something around here?
Not here.
Don't say stuff like that. That's actually possible in this city.
Excellent.
This place is full of mysteries, and yet you're busy cleaning. That's stupid. Oh, I should have stayed asleep in the book if it was all just gonna end up like this.
In the book?
The Book of Death. Oh, you probably don't remember that either.
What?
Hey, Master, what do you remember?
Nothing.
I wish I knew the answer to that. What's the Book of Death?
It's the book yours truly was sealed in.
Why were you sealed in a book? This is gonna be important, guys. Okay, so we're gonna find out that she was sealed in a book that was owned by the Amaterasu Corporation, but they accidentally dropped the book somewhere, and then he found it.
It was hidden away deep in the WD's
Okay,
vault
WD's vault,
when
close
you
enough.
found it.
It was hidden deep in the WDO's book vault when you found it.
That doesn't ring a bell?
He found the book.
Not at all. The World Detective Organization really kept such a dangerous book?
Dangerous? Excuse you, but it's always detectives who want my power. It's the power to obtain the truth, after all. Although, you need to conquer the mystery labyrinth to get it.
So, Shinigami, have you haunted other detectives before me?
Oh, so you're the type who gets jealous of ex-boyfriends?
I'm
Or
not
girlfriends.
jealous. Just curious. Was it a coincidence I found the
This
Book
was
of Death?
something that
Or
I
did I
half
want to
assumed
gain its
before
power?
that we might,
If that was the reason,
because
why
she had a
didn't
bit
I
of a
leave some
reaction.
sort of note before losing my memories.
Because she had a bit of a reaction when she met Number One, who is the person who's in charge of the World Detective Organization. But if they're supposed to be bound until death, either there's a way to actually extract them, or, which might happen later on anyway, or not. I don't know.
Since you're dying to know, I'll tell you all about it, Master. It's a miracle of the universe that you and I met. A real miracle. You and I are bound by fate. So let's nurture our connection for all eternity.
What? All these missed spots.
Are you gonna tell me about it then, or no? Really? You're gonna make me make his bed? He can make his own bed.
Yeah, that.
I don't think these cigarette butts were here before.
Stress.
Has Chief Yako been secretly smoking? I should confront him about it the next time I see him.
Hey, he's under a lot of stress, okay. So you're gonna tell me about what happened, or what's this? Vivio?
Oh, sorry. I'm in the way of your cleaning. I don't know about the others, but I agree with hunkering down at the office.
That's because you just want to read. This is me being an introvert.
Only truly cultured civilizations develop in a way that permits him, hence the phrase, armchair detective. Physical distance traveled is irrelevant to arriving at the truth. Truthfully, outsider interference with the matter at hand can distort the truth in unexpected ways. Right?
Right.
Got a point.
He's still not moving. Vivia must be really lazy.
He's preserving his strength.
Oh no!
What happened, Chief?
I was so busy being chased around by the Peacekeepers that I forgot to buy food.
I had a feeling.
We won't last half a day in the river like this. Plus, I can't think straight without some food in me. I'm getting dizzy from hunger. I'm gonna
Astro
pass out.
projection. Honestly, if that's his ability, good call. I feel like we'll either find out his ability is like just as something as just as lazy as he is, or we'll find out it's really like energy consuming, so it kind of makes sense why he kind of like doesn't he seems so lazy.
That's a bit dramatic.
I have no choice. Yuma, I've got a special mission for you.
Buy food.
Go and buy some food. This is our most crucial mission since the establishment of the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
But isn't it dangerous to go outside? I don't have a way to protect myself, like Halara or Desuhiko.
Well, it should be fine. Just do some shopping and come straight back. Please. I need those meat buns they sell in Kamasaki
Why? I don't
District.
have money. Detective. Yes.
Gima District has meat buns too, but the ones in Kamasaki are cheaper and taste way better.
Chief, you're so incredibly selfish.
I think the timing couldn't be better. Let's get out of this cramped space. I want to see some fun corpses. I hope someone's gone off and murdered somebody else already.
Come on, everyone only cares about themselves. All right, fine, I'll go and buy some food. But don't blame me if I end up getting dragged into trouble.
Nope, can't have that. Keep your head down, all right?
Can't have it both ways, Chief, alright? You need to pay attention. Dragon Palace, a popular meat bun shop in Ginma District. They sell the higher than usual price of 500 Shien a piece. Holy macaroons.
I have to get meat buns in Kamasaki District. I hope the Peacekeepers don't find me.
That fuzzhead is a real tyrant.
No, not really.
Just
He's
give
just
him that
hungry.
trash over
There's a
there.
quest here?
There's a meat bun.
Are you okay, buddy? You
alright?
Who are you?
to hurry.
I have something much more important to ask of you. In order to expose the corruption Kanai Ward, I was looking into Amaterasu Corporation. Before I could publish my article, they caught wind of what I was doing. Took my wife and daughter and killed them. This is all I have left.
This is...
It's a memory card with records of illicit activities committed by Amaterasu executives. Please, I need you to take this to a reporter friend of me. Peacekeepers have their eyes on me, so I can't do anything that might draw attention to myself. Okay.
I see. Yeah.
Clock tower. Time to do some questing. Dee 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 dee. Ba 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 ba. Map time. Where did he want me to go? Clock tower. This way. Boop. I awakened from my slumber. Hi, Lily. How you doing? How was your slumber? Brr, 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 brr. Sprint, child, sprint. Well, it's gonna make sure to do my quests. Let's go.
Excuse.
I think he was writing an article about that one incident that just happened. Wrapped up his business, he was going to Montclair Street.
Hmm? Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. Alright, back we go. Can I teleport there? Kind of. How are you wonderful people? I'm good. Preparing for the fight in Persona. How do I have 26 hours already? It's called persistence and determination. You've got this. Lily, it's called extreme skill. Yeah. Just think about it. Every single hour, every minute adds XP to your gamer bar. You know, just... You know? That's what it's all about, man. It's called addiction, thank you. I don't think... Oh. Hi, Dom. How's it going? Yeah. Quarter to 9? Okay.
Quarter to 10, sorry.
Quarter to 10, that's even worse.
And I responded and then went, fuck.
He didn't respond back, did he?
But he'll see it tomorrow morning.
You were like, damn it.
Like,
Damn it, Adara.
The gig is up, I suppose. Oh my
Thank
god.
you very much.
Are they droid umbrellas?
Yes.
I fucking love
I
that.
know,
That
right?
is the
Droid
future.
Brella. Droid Brella.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Googly. Googly, yeah?
Yeah.
Googly,
Well, I call him Art, but you can call him whatever you like.
Okay. Googly.
Apparently it's supposed to be like Moriarty, but Googlyarty. But I'm an idiot,
Why
so...
is it googly? Is it because of googly eyes, or is
I-
it because of Google? Because it's a Google.
I don't say googly because it's too Google. Art is just... It's more accentuated and simple compared to Google. I know if I say googly, I'm gonna end up like stumbling over my words a lot more.
I feel like I'd say, like when I read it, I read Google Yachty.
I just want to say Google.
Yachty.
Hey Google.
Googly eyes is a part of it. Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Damn, there's metallic dinosaurs.
It's just neons lighting them up, dumb.
No, they're metallic.
Okay.
Didn't you know dinosaurs had prosthetics? Alrighty, love you. Alright.
The timer for you being in here has gone off.
Alright.
Sleep well.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you very much.
It's what people call, because my last name is hard to read. Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. Oh my god, why is it making me teleport everywhere? So much effort. Etheria Academy. So that's probably where we're going. Waiting for Goku. What? You mean Goku, right? Goku. Waiting for him to return. The story revolves around the friends of someone named Goku. Okay, there's the Dragon Ball reference.
I can smell so many aromas all around us.
Where am I going? Might be upstairs. No, I wanna look at the map. Show me the map. Oh, gub. Oh, gibble gub. Up here, maybe? Maybe here. Morar is actually closer Sybil. I like how I proceed to literally lose my ability to speak English in its entirety. What's this guy doing? Just shut up and give me the money.
No way.
Bro.
Hey.
He's a clergy.
What do I do?
Make friends. No.
That's it.
Yeah. Just makes you a tough guy. What? Yeah, those sirens. They'll be here any minute. Nice. Good bluff. Good bluff.
You alright?
Sorry, wake and bake. Wake and bake? What? Close to syllable wise. Yeah. Morart.
Thanks.
No.
I'm...
What do you mean?
You want to be the strongest? Wait. Are you gonna become One Punch Man? There's this wizard who helps out weaklings like me. If the wizard casts the spell on me, I can get the strength to never lose to anyone. I think I've heard this somewhere. I don't know which anime. I can become the strongest. I mean, a lot of anime repeat that sort of rhetoric, so...
No way.
Hey.
Sure, bud.
I knew it. Yeah.
He's in the mansion. Meet me there later, Mr. Detective. Back. Can I have more than one quest accepted? I think so.
Didn't he say the Kamasaki meat buns were cheaper and better tasting than those in Gima?
I don't know where I'm going. There's supposed to be a quest around here, surely. Anyway, let's go get these meat buns. I kind of get the impression that they're gonna be like, sorry, we're sold out, and then we'll have to go to Gima, and then that'll lead us to the school. Placing my bets
There's a
now.
meat bun stall. There are no customers.
What about your share, Master? Aren't you buying some for yourself?
I'm a bit hungry, so I should eat too.
Meat bun. What'd I miss? Potatoes.
By the way, Master, I'm sure you know this since you're such a capable detective in training.
I'll explain in a second.
There's someone watching you from the shadows.
The statue?
Huh?
That is really creepy.
Don't turn around, they'll see! You're so clumsy, stupid amateur, filthy human!
Excuse me?
Filthy? Is it the Peacekeepers?
Something doesn't feel right. The guy is sneaking around, kind of restless. A peacekeeper would be much more direct.
How are they dressed?
Well, they're in a raincoat and their
Oh, it's the
heads
girl
covered
we
by
ran
the
into
hood.
before. Okay, we can relax.
I don't think that's an Amaterasu Corporation.
So it's not Amaterasu Corp? Then who?
Let's find out.
How?
Listen, Master. I've got an awesome plan.
Go on.
Plan? What plan?
I call it Operation Stalker Hunter. Go into a secluded location and catch whoever is tailing you. I'll give you advice along the way, so just relax and enjoy the ride.
What about the meat buns?
Anyway, let's head to the underground area.
Sure.
All right, bud. Yes, I'm coming. I don't know why it's not letting me run now. Is she actually gonna follow me? Are we actually gonna see the... Doesn't look like it. Oh.
Yup. I spy our stalker. Keep going, Master.
Why you?
Sorry about that.
Spippin. Is this from the guys who made Danganronpa? It is! It's really cool so far. House, what did you miss? How much have you missed? Is the question.
Keep moving, Master.
Before I like go on, how much have you missed? How pick it up.
Here, be careful.
Yeah, thanks, Mister.
Thanks, buddy. And I just got here. Can't remember where I left off. Okay.
Here's our spot. I'll give you the signal once the stalker is close. And that's when you nab them, Master. Now!
All right, let's go. I caught you. Who are you? Reveal yourself.
Oh, you caught me. But I'm not surprised.
Huh? A girl?
A girl. Guys,
sorry
I just
for
held
taking
hands with a
time,
girl.
Will.
She's cute.
My name is Kurumi Wendy. I'm from Etheria Academy.
Oh. Oh, damn.
Pardon me, but that's a uniform from the World Detective Organization.
How short is
isn't
your
it?
skirt if your skirt does not extend
it
as
is.
far as your coat? It's a very short skirt. Sorry, what's going on? Solving the case in your mind palace or something. Yeah, okay, okay. Libinth. Ah yes, my mystery
What's
Libinth.
with this little shrimp? Acting all friendly after getting caught.
Okay.
What's her deal? Look at her. Every part of her is as flat as a board.
Different girl than before.
What?
There's two different girls.
Can I shake your hand?
Sure, that's what
You
you're doing.
already are.
Sorry, I'm a tiny boy. I'm still not used to female cooties.
I really am touched. To think a WDO Master Detective is actually shaking hands with me.
All right, lass. What's going on? Let's get to the cut to the chase. Chase to the cut.
What are you blushing for?
Shush. I'm allowed to blush.
Megami, what do I say?
You're on your own. Watching this airheaded exchange is making me stupider by the minute. We'll fill each other's empty skulls with cotton candy or something. I'm really sorry for snooping behind you.
Okay. Okay, House. I need your full attention. I'm gonna say this as quickly and as nonsensical as possible, okay? House, you want the spoilers of case 1? Okay. I got it, okay. Alright, really quickly, rant off the top of my brain, okay? Everyone dies. No, that was the first mission. Okay. In the middle of the mystery labyrinth, the last thing that you saw, probably, was we were trying to solve each of the different locked room mysteries. There was 4 of them, okay? We had done 3 out of 4 at the end of by the time at the end of the stream. At the start of the stream, we finished doing the 3rd one, and then we found out that they wanted us to come to the conclusion of who was the person who did the murder. We decided that it was the priest, but then after we defeated the priest, we found out that the mystery labyrinth didn't get defeated, which meant that one of the 4 cases was actually a copycat murder. We had to figure out which one was actually the copycat murder, which turned out to be the 3rd one, which actually was done by the worshipper guy, the fanatic worshipper guy that was a big fan of all of the different murders. So it found out that he actually did that murder instead, which means he was the main one that was making the mystery labyrinth, and we ended up killing both of them. And when we got out of the mystery labyrinth, they both fell over dead, but Shinigami made the priest come back to life for a couple of seconds to make it look like he said that he was going to be the murderer. But also the guy that was investigating us, the Seth Burrows guy, actually ended up getting blamed for doing the case around the murders because he was getting large money donations from the church. So these director of the Peacekeepers, this Yomi Hellsmile, and his right hand, fucking hell, turned up and blamed him for having a large amount of donations from the church, and therefore was changing what the perception of the murders were. So he ended up getting arrested, and basically we were all able to eventually get away from the murder. Anyway, so we woke up the next day, and Halara forgot everything that happened inside of the thing. So we had this whole moment where it was like, oh my god, she understands, she thinks I'm a worthy detective, and then you get outside and she's like, ooh, I don't know what you're talking about, and you're like, fucking damn it. Anyway, so we get next day, or whatever the fuck it is, we woke up and life is life. And now we're about to start the mission where a woman is pushed, presumably off the top of the school, which is all going to be related to this theater academy called Aethera's School Academy thing. Okay, is that about right? Sound good? We're starting a new mission. That's what this is. Okay.
I've always admired detectives. I'm a huge fan of the World Detective Organization.
Why would you live in Kanai Ward?
A fan? The WDO has fans?
Used to me.
Of course. You eliminate unsolved mysteries. You are the greatest of detectives, saving people in need. To me, detectives are champions of justice. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a little carried away. I just happened to catch a glimpse of your uniform. I was shocked to see a master detective, but I couldn't bring myself to talk to you. I got all nervous and unsure of myself.
Excellent. Sounds very anime, basically. Taking bribes from the church and wanting to keep it quiet, and was ordered by their head peacekeeper guy. But the head guy blamed him, so Alien Antenna guy got jailed.
So instead, I started following you.
Didn't have an
and
antenna.
I ended up acting like a stalker. I'm so sorry.
It's alright. It was just a misunderstanding.
Still, master detectives really are amazing. I'm fairly confident in my stealth skills, yet you caught me so easily.
I didn't do much. Although I'm wearing a WDO uniform, I'm just a...
Oh, don't be so modest. So what is a master detective doing in Kanai Ward?
Just immediately assumes I'm a master detective. Yeesh.
Oh, yes. It's about the city.
The city?
I'm searching for Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Hey, Blabbermouth Detective! You sure you should reveal your mission?
I'm not revealing anything. She lives here, right? Maybe she knows
Idiot.
something. I figured I should ask while I'm at it. It's just good legwork.
You think this flat airhead knows anything?
Hey, you don't
Kanai
know.
Ward's ultimate secret? Do you mean that secret research Amaterasu Corporation is conducting?
Huh? You know something?
Yeah, but it's mostly hearsay. No way! Seriously?
Can you tell me about it? Anything will help.
Yes, gladly. Anything to help out a master detective. Oh.
What's wrong?
This may sound pushy of me, but in return, I'd like to ask for a favor.
A favor? What do you mean?
I have a formal request I'd like to make to you, Detective. There's something I need to find out no matter what.
What is it?
I know master detectives cost a lot of money to hire. It may be presumptuous of me to propose a trade instead. Can I offer you this information in place of money?
Oh, so she's trying to make a deal with a detective. This cheeky brat totally needs to be boom killed.
You need to calm down,
I just need you
Shinigami.
to help me a bit with my investigation. If you decide to take on this job for me,
There were so many fireworks going off yesterday. There were like multiple block parties in my neighborhood, fireworks going off in every direction. You'd think it was a war zone. My doggo was not happy about it. I wouldn't be happy about it. I'd be having an emotional breakdown. I would be with the dog underneath the bed, cuddling them with a blanket. It would be the best time ever. No, I don't know. I still don't understand, like, the enthusiasm around July 4th, but I don't understand Australia Day either. Like, both of them just seem like days where I'm like, I don't really get it. I don't get that whole pride for your country thing. I just want rent to be cheaper, and it's doing the opposite.
I'll tell you everything I know about Kanai Ward's ultimate secret, including secret research that Amaterasu Corporation is doing in the shadows.
How come you can give me this information? Seems a little sus.
What should I do? Chief Yako told me to keep my head down.
Don't tell me you're gonna accept a job from Flatty McFlatchest here. She's trying to bargain with you like some big shot, but she's probably got nothing.
That may be true.
I know this is brazen of me, but I really want to know the truth. Will you please hear me out?
Sure. At the very least, I want to hear what you have to say for...
Really? Thank you!
Hey! What are you thinking? There's no time to waste on this munchkin!
We're just going to talk a little.
Figure it, I haven't celebrated
trouble,
4th of July in a
I'd like to
while.
help.
I mean, if I like used it as a reason to catch up with my family, sure, but Australia Day. The only reason I celebrate Australia Day is because it's the day my grandparents got married. That's it, okay? So the 26th of January only means that to me. Not anything else.
I don't know if
And
detectives are
for some weird
champions of
reason,
justice, like she's
and for some weird reason, having a very specific memory of eating cheese cubes on that day. That's it. From one of the days we celebrated it.
said.
Eat them
But
cheese
I don't wanna
cubes.
ruin her
You know how it
image of
is.
us either.
You're just a trainee and you think you represent all detectives?
Aw, cheese cubes. I don't fully understand the nationalistic enthusiasm either in any country, to be honest, but I know people who celebrate July 4th because of family reunions and stuff. Well, yeah, like family reunions, like I will take any excuse to catch up with my family. But I obviously, like, the idea is I catch up with my family. I'm not doing it to celebrate any sort of pride for my country, unless I just want to eat some tasty snacks like Anzac cookies. They're good, okay?
You always rely on others for help when you're in trouble, and you think you represent all detectives? You're a closet perv always staring at women's breasts, and you think you represent all detectives?
I don't stare that often.
That often.
What's wrong? Are you...
It's because you're staring at her chat.
Shut up, Shinigami.
What kind of power is that?
Oh, sorry. I'm fine. I just got a little nervous and my heart rate went up.
What?
I haven't felt this nervous since I was chased by those peacekeepers.
What is going
You were
on?
chased by the peacekeepers?
This seems
It's
sus.
embarrassing. Not something serious enough to tell you about. So, about my request. It's about a certain incident that happened at my school.
What happened?
If you don't mind, think you could come to the school with me? It'll be easier to explain if you see it for yourself. It's just 10 minutes away on the bus. Is that all right with you?
Well, if it's only...
Thank you so much!
Let's go. July 4th is a great excuse, though, to have tasty American barbecue, though.
Batting her eyes at you,
I
and you
love
get all carried
barbecues.
away.
I need to talk my dad into making a barbecue again. Every so often, when we come over, I'm just like, Dad, can we have like a barbecue and just have tons and tons of like meat, please?
That's not my intention. Besides, remember what you're always telling me? That it's
Sleep
pathetic
first,
to flee from
ask
a case?
questions later.
I don't want to seem pathetic.
To who? That flat-chested uggo?
Excuse me?
What? I don't think she's ugly at all.
Whatever! You're on your own!
What are you so mad about?
I'll have you know that I refuse to use my powers to fulfill your vulgar desires. I don't know what she wants you to do, but you're on your own dealing with it.
Fine, no need to tell me twice. I'll take care of it myself.
I'm sure you'll be begging for my help in no time. Go ahead and play detective with that flat-chested
She's
uggo
obviously
while
just
you
jealous.
still can.
What's your problem?
Master Detective? What's wrong? It's this way.
Coming.
God, why she gotta be so sassy with me? Alright. Food. I need to pee. I'll be back. At my house, oh wait, at my house we have Korean barbecue a lot. Lots of bulgogi, aka thin strips of marinated beef.
Bus right away.
Isn't that just thin strips of marinated beef? What's bulgogi? Wait, why is it called bulgogi? Bulgogi. Okay, sounds good though. Wait, is that different from a steak? Is there a difference? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna pee, alright? I'll be back. I'm back, bitches. Let's go. Woot toot. Anyway,
Where's your school, Kurumi?
when we have barbecue, it's like we'll have like honey soy marinated steak, sausages, and probably kebabs. That's usually kind of like the array that we get.
Over there. The school
Welcome back. Hi, Lily.
Huh. So there's a school there.
Mm-hmm. The bus is here. Let's get on.
This is your last chance to turn back. That flat-chested uggo is just using you, Master.
Why are you so frustrating?
Hey!
You're so stubborn.
What if there's a murder related to this? So an all-girls school situated on a mountain summit in Kanai Ward. It is 10 minutes away from the bus. Mostly daughters of Amaterasu employees. Ah. One of the popular plays performed by Aetheria's club.
This is Etheria Academy. It's the only all-girls school in Kanai Ward.
An all-girls school. It sure looks nice.
I wonder what you mean by that. What I want your help with is something that happened at the school 6 months ago.
6 months ago?
Oh.
How am I gonna investigate something from 6 months ago?
What kind of incident would take place at a school this pristine?
Yeah.
Aiko, my best friend, was such a cute and kind person. Everyone loved her, but one day, she was found collapsed behind the school. Her head was bleeding, and she was already dead by the time they found her. Soon after, her shoes were found on the school's rooftop. The peacekeepers and teachers all decided she'd committed suicide by jumping. But she never would have done that. We'd made plans to watch a movie together on our next day off.
If it wasn't suicide, then that means someone made it look that way. Do you have any idea who would do that?
Yes. I think the theater club may have something to do with it.
The theater club?
Aiko was a member. The theater club is very active at our school. We have regular performances with live audiences.
Okay.
Aiko was super popular and had lots of fans. She was overflowing with talent, and yet...
Did something happen with the theater club?
Competition's fierce in the club. Aiko said everyone's always on edge. They all competed to be the leading role. Aiko was often chosen as the main lead for performances, and she was harassed because of it.
Was what she went through hard on her?
Please don't misunderstand. Aiko wouldn't commit suicide just because of that.
There's a lot of reasons, but okay. Not drama nerds. Back to school. Oh wait, I was a drama nerd my senior year. Ooh woo.
She always told me with bright eyes about being an actress someday. I think someone thought they couldn't be the star as long as Aiko was around, and took her out of the picture.
You think she was murdered by someone in the theater club?
I don't want to believe it, but
By the way, was there a suicide note?
no. There was no message of any kind left behind.
But the peacekeepers declared it a suicide, right? What was their reasoning?
I was a pothead skater. You were a skater boy, this is see you later boy. Is that what you mean? I was, no, I was just a nerd. I was just a nerd and geek that hung out in the library. Because it was where we could go on our laptops and play video games.
Just that her
And
shoes
read
were
books.
placed together neatly on the roof. They spoke to a few theater members and called it a day.
Huh? That's it?
The peacekeepers were eager to remove the body. They said it would rot quickly in the rain. They didn't want to draw too much attention because a lot of families from Amaterasu send their kids to this school.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Guys, bet. Bet. Listen, okay. That's not the first time they've said that, right? Okay. They've said that about twice now. The body would rot quick in the rain. Why would you worry about the body rotting so quickly when it's a dead body, right? It's going through natural causes of death. So, Amaterasu Corporation, the research they're doing, we're going to find out is connected to all the previous murders because they've actually taken the murders, the bodies of all of the victims, all the bodies, and used them in their research somehow. Placing my bets now. That's my bet. I reckon, because obviously I'm still expecting Raincoat solved. I don't think so, but I'm saying this because I reckon I don't know, it just seems like an odd thing to say, right? The body will rot quick in the rain. You know, like, why would you be worried about the body rotting so quickly? Unless you plan on preserving the body in some capacity and using it for research. So, I remember back in the day in high school, someone bought a whole ass PlayStation 4 and hooked it up to one of the computer monitors and played Assassin's Creed in the library. Nice. We played, I think we brought the Wii to the, no, maybe a Wii. I might have brought a Wii to school once. I can't remember. Oh, sorry.
It's obvious they treated it as an ordinary suicide to close the case as quickly as possible.
Anyway, my point is that any murder, any victim that we see now may be relevant later.
They're trying to make what happened to Aiko disappear.
Are the Peacekeepers covering up the incident? But if that's the case, then it's more likely that it was a murder. I still don't have enough information, so I can't
Damn,
say anything
Sanders,
for
it's like
sure
that
yet.
movie Old.
Please.
It's always there.
Find out the truth about Aiko's death. If you do, I'll give you all the information I have. Everything I know about Kanai Ward. So please, lend me your help. I have to know the truth, no matter what.
She's just a high school girl, so I don't expect her to have much crucial information. But after hearing
This definitely seems like a
this,
simpler
I
murder,
can't
but I could be
ignore her.
wrong.
The Peacekeepers obviously didn't investigate the case at all.
Unless we find out another death happens.
I can't allow her friend's death to be swept under the rug. Someone has to take this seriously. If the adults around her won't help her, then at the very least, the detective
Allowing
should.
and encouraging death to study something? Maybe. But the question is, what are they doing with the dead? You know? Is that related to the
Otherwise,
big
there's
ultimate
no point
Kanai
for
Ward ultimate
detectives to
secret?
even exist.
You're really gonna accept this request?
Yeah.
It sounds like a way.
All right, I'll investigate it.
Definition of
Really?
science.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Oh, lunchtime is almost over. I better get to
Lunchtime.
class.
How is there any...
Can we meet again here after school to do the investigation together?
Sure, sounds good.
Okay, I'll head back to class for now. Oh, I almost forgot about something super important. If you don't mind, could you tell me your name?
Oh, I'm Yuma Cocohead.
Yuma, I'm so happy to have finally met a master detective.
Wait! I need to tell you I'm not a master detective.
I'm off to class. Aw, she totally thinks you're a master detective. Isn't that fraud?
It's not fraud.
Isn't that fraud?
Besides, if I can solve the case, the outcome's the same whether I am one or not.
People call that splitting hairs, you know? You really think you can solve anything without the help of yours truly? Besides, this is an all-girls school. How do you plan to investigate anything here?
Well...
See? You're at a dead end already. Just like your entire life.
Wow.
You aren't gonna accomplish much at this rate. Except maybe making that ugly girl cry so much she gets even uglier.
Why are you so rude?
Why are you being so mean?
Yeah.
Whatever, just leave me alone. I can do this without your help.
I'll leave you alone, all right? You're not getting my help here. I hope you get cursed.
She's right. It'll be hard to investigate inside a school. And
Female
a girls'
version
school, no
activate.
less. Even with Kurumi's help, I
Oh, the
doubt I'll get
disguise
permission to
suit.
conduct an investigation.
He'll be
Plus, the
ecstatic.
incident was 6 months ago. There'd be nothing left at the crime scene. Oh, wait! Halara's Forte could help! But then again, even post-cognition can't be used unless we're right at the crime scene. And to get Halara's help, I'd go even further into debt. I can't afford to do that. What do I do? Is there anyone else I can ask?
Desuhiko, he'll be ecstatic.
That's
Thunderbolt,
right.
yeah.
Desuhiko's Forte. Disguising as a school faculty
Is that a
member
forte?
would make the investigation easy.
It's definitely interesting to see the Fortes kind of take a different kind of shape.
You want to sneak into a girls' school? First you were a fraud, now you're a pervert too.
I haven't decided to sneak in yet. Who knows? I might get permission. But I should still talk to Desuhiko, even though I don't know if he'll help me out.
He'll help you.
Hang on. If I was to ask Desuhiko for help, where could he be? Maybe he's moving around the city in disguise.
He's probably right outside the school.
I don't know if I can find him, but maybe I should head back there for now. I remember him saying something about lots of cute girls being in Ginma district.
You know you're starving Yakao
so
to death,
he
right?
might be there.
We're gonna starve our chief to death. Lady, boy, time, not like this. What?
I came all the way back to Ginma district. Where did Desuhiko go? He said he's off to pick up girls. Do legwork. But he mentioned something about cuties. I guess I'll hit the streets and find out if he talked to any women.
Attention!
That shorty detective Desuhiko could be somewhere in Ginma. Question people in the area to gather info and find
Might as
him.
well give it a go.
Use the gathering clues and talk to the person who might be Desuhiko. Ecker.
Where did
Desuhiko.
Desuhiko go? Maybe I should ask around and see if anyone's seen him.
Okay.
You wanna sneak?
Excuse me, I'd like to ask you something. Did some guy around here hit on you?
Yeah. So what? Do you know him or something?
Yes, something like that. I've been trying to find him. Could you describe what he looked like?
I wasn't interested, so I don't really remember. I think he was wearing a big red raincoat and blue jeans. After I rejected him, he crossed the street. He's probably hitting on someone else.
A red raincoat and blue...
Now that you mention it,
I see.
I don't know how else to phrase this, but I think you should choose better friends.
Right, I'll think about it.
Listen, he's, an interesting sort. Let's just say that.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think he was wearing black boot. If he had any accessories on, I think I would.
I see. So he wasn't wearing any...
I ignored him and he left. I think he went down that alley. Anything else?
That's all.
Is it this guy? Oh, I can't walk that way? Okay. Well, let's talk to this girl first.
My hair's getting...
Excuse me.
Now that you mention it...
I've been looking for him. Do you...
He was wearing a red coat, and I got him to go away. Then he walked toward the crossing bridge with the metal on his coat clinking.
I see.
If you know him, can you tell him to stop harassing people?
Okay.
I might not mind helping you here and there if you came running to me once in a while.
This guy? Oh, okay, I guess not. I don't know, they said something about a white stripe, I thought, but maybe I'm just looking at it wrong. Same. Yeah, that's the white stripe.
This dance step is easy.
Set a turtleneck, blue jeans, boots. Yeah, this looks right.
What are you?
Is that Desu?
Think so.
Desuhiko?
Huh?
Did I get the wrong person?
Damn.
Nice.
The rookie, of all people, saw through my disguise.
Thank goodness. It was Desuhiko after all.
I'm so good. Oh, right. Got the emote? Yeah. Got you. Monomichi?
What do you want from me, rookie? Don't tell me you're dragging me back to the agency.
No.
Oh, you can't restrain me. I am the champion of freedom.
Oh,
You
God.
want to tell me what to do? You're on. Just try and make me.
That's not why I'm here. I mean, there's something I need your help with.
Huh? Help? With what?
It involves going to an all-schools academy. That should be your leading line.
Well...
So, what do you think? Would it be too difficult?
Great job, rookie. That's awesome.
There he is.
Huh? Another high school, huh? Just hearing that divine phrase can purify.
Hold the phone. What did Con just post? English dub fans will be able to join Monkey D. Luffy in his cruise adventures following the Straw Hat Pirates following story up through the legendary Wano arc story. One Piece episodes 1 to 964 of the English dub will arrive on Crunchyroll on July 5th, along with English dub episodes 195 to 965 and 976. What the fuck? Excuse me? Is this real? Con? Doll? Is he in chat? Con? Oh my god. 4 days. Oh my god. Okay, I'm so excited. I was literally wondering, like, yesterday. Like, when we would get One Piece on Crunchyroll, because I've been waiting for it for fucking ever. Because Funimation and Crunchyroll are, like, merging, and yet for some weird reason, the dubbed of One Piece hasn't, like, gone over yet. Yes! Today. Like, now? I can keep watching One Piece with Adara, because Adara struggles, apparently. Okay. Okay, I'm here. I'm sorry, I got very distracted.
All right, I'll gladly help you out. I'm the superstar detective and at your service.
Okay.
Huh? You'll really help? Oh, come on, we're pals, aren't we? Oh, man, let's talk like the old buddies we are.
Uh-huh. July 5th.
Anyway,
that's today,
there's
right?
still time
Well,
before
tomorrow.
class is out. All right, let's go eat. My treat?
I didn't realize so much of it was dubbed.
I mean, are you sure?
Dubbed anime equals best anime.
Just follow me, rookie.
I actually kind of like the subbed. I know. I said it. I'm sorry, but I kind of. I didn't realize so much of it was dubbed
the
though.
girls' school smell like? Come on,
Oh god, this is gonna be a painful chapter, isn't it?
This guy's ulterior motives aren't so ulterior. Gross. I wish all humans would just die.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Listen,
Now
it's
that
not
I found
that it's
Yasuhiko,
bad or
all that's
anything.
left is to head for Etheria Academy.
Can I walk around and collect a few things? What was I just saying? I'm just messing around. Yeah, I don't. No, I mean, like, in my brain, I'm like, there's not that much of a difference, but, I don't know, like, I just think it's pretty good. Honestly, I would argue it's pretty good. Okay. Speed of mystery fandom statements. Solution keys. Increases Yuma's movement speed. Let's go. Okay. Uh-huh. This is the only other one I can get. Alright. Okay, what's going on?
Once we
Sorry.
enter the school, we'll be here for a while.
I don't know. I'm a really
wrap up
huge
any
fan
other business I
of
have now.
the subbed of One Piece. I think it's just because I've watched it so much subbed now rather than dubbed. Like, it'd be weird watching it dubbed. I do want to watch it dubbed though. I've only watched Dressrosa dubbed like once, I think. And again, it's not bad. I just think it's pretty chill. Joker's level 20 and I'm bored of grinding. Time for the fight. Do it. Remember, you don't have to take my advice, just as an FYI. Because again, you can always just choose the, you know, grind until you're bored option. My doctrine forbids me from praying with short, inappropriate individuals who invite girls to cafes.
Oh no.
That's so funny. Hmm. Then the ghost is gonna make fun of you the whole time. I know, right? Yeah, that's fair. I don't like subbed because I wanna decide when to concentrate and when to not on anime. Since I can't speak Japanese, I need to concentrate on the subs all the time. That's basically Dara's thing. Like, Dara does so much reading during the day. The last thing she wants to do is kind of like more reading.
You.
But...
Huh? Hey.
Huh?
Yeah. Hey. Huh? Don't make. Oh no.
You guys don't need to read this.
All right. Hey.
I'm half expecting this game to pull a Final Fantasy VII and have you dress up as a girl to get through. That's what I'm waiting for. Don't worry, it'll happen.
You know...
Work, coffee, or exercise? What should be reduced, or which should be reduced to help with a lack of sleep? Work, coffee.
Maybe... I see.
1 cup an hour? Are you insane?
Yes.
Success.
Don't just shout success. Okay, not in someone's face. Didn't want to struggle too much, LMO. When you read stuff, you miss the action. Not really, not in my case at least. Read what? Subs? No, it's not really, I would argue. Like maybe like when you're first watching it. And like, especially if you're watching something maybe for the first time. But I would argue it's not that bad. But that's my opinion. Hamburg. What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, I like reading. I don't know, like there's just something nice about listening to Japanese, so I just enjoy it for just the way it is. No other real reason behind it or anything. Seriously think about marriage and her birthday is right around the corner. Problem is, I still don't know what to get her.
Huh? All right. For now.
She hates getting wet from the rain. Okay. Mansion, the clock tower. Can I teleport to the school? Oh, it's up here, I think. We can't teleport. Oh no, it's over here. Never mind. I'm a potato. I don't know how much it's gonna give me free range of walking around. That's my concern. Let's keep going. Oh, nice. It's chill. I don't know, if it's a short, like 12 episode anime, I usually want to read it in or watch it in Japanese. I don't know why, I just like it that way. But then like recently we'll like start watching something and Dara will be like, is there a dubbed? And I'm like, oh, right. Because I'm so used to just like clicking in, it just automatically goes to Japanese subbed. And I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. Oh god, but what if this makes it that I can't do anything else?
This is...
It reminds me, this is a fountain. There should be a sparkle around here somewhere. That something so awful happened in such a magnificent castle-like school. It is very castle-like. And there should be... something around here. Here it is. Yay! Always gotta remember to look out for these sort of things. Anything else around here? Nope. Okay, just an awkward dead end. Should I do the mini quests now or later? I'm gonna read him anyway. I guess I just hope that I have a chance to explore the place before I finish later. Hopefully. Oh. Fuck. Alright, I was right. This does look like it's going to be a short mission though. Oh well, I guess we'll do this for the rest of stream. We'll keep going until I finish doing these side quests. Or something. And then we'll save and wait for tomorrow. Now, I kind of get the impression that they could be like smaller and shorter quests. So hopefully it'll be good. I'm gonna go up to Adara tomorrow and be like, I have some good news for you. And she's gonna be like, what? And I'm gonna be like, One Piece is dubbed now. Alright, where are these quests? Nope. There should be some prompt around here. Imagine being in a giant theater hall. Everyone has their music strung up and stuff.
This is...
And then it's like... you're just making like menu music or something. I just think it'd be funny. I don't see any quest around here. What the hell? Am I blind? Oh, maybe it's so I go buy... maybe the thing's here because it wants me to go buy a Dronebrella. That's possible, actually. Okay, I need to look into the shops then. Hello, human.
This is...
I love making coffee. Something so much fun about, like, making coffee. It's just like it's an aesthetic, you know, and I think it's just one of those core aesthetic things that make your brain go brr, brr. Alright, I'm find Dronebrellas.
I need to hurry.
Huh? Sachatorta? Cake? What? Shannon? What am I reading? Zoppen salad sandwichen. Why does so much of this seem to be Germanish or something? Not sure. Ooh. Yay!
Whoa! I see.
Doesn't look like a florist. What's a florist doing down a back alley? It's getting wet. Where the hell do I go buy an umbrella?
This is...
Huh?
I hate him. How are you feeling? Leven metal? Metal? Leeuwen metal. Leeuwen? It seems kind of German. Wasser jellyfish. Warm elementer. Wand Ballon. Lichtwürren. Okay. Alright. Why am I here? Just a vibe. I was hoping I'd find someone who'd want to sell their umbrella, but it doesn't look like it. Disappointing. Wish things weren't getting so expensive in life. It's so frustrating because, you know, I think everyone can like agree. There's always like those moments where you're like, oh, I'm just gonna treat myself and buy like a mini snack, but they're just getting more and more expensive. Like, it's just, it's painful. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how nice it would be to have like a hot jam donut. That's what I'm thinking about. I don't know where I'd get one, but it sounds so good. Once you kind of get at a vendor, that'd probably be like $6. That sort of thing. Alright. Something wrong? Who, me? Of course, I'm always happy and upbeat. Really? I have to worry about something.
I'm...
You don't have to worry about me. I don't have any worries at all.
What does that mean?
Just putting on a brave front.
Maybe. No way. You know...
You've been protecting yourself, covering up the abuse you received. I'll be over soon if it can just hold out a little longer. Besides, if I told anyone, it'll only make things worse. Maybe detectives can help you. Detectives?
Yes.
Nocturnal Detective Agency by the riverbank. We'll help you there.
Well?
Please come to us before it's too late. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, that was weird, but okay. Oh.
For now...
It doesn't like getting wet, then the rain gear might be a good idea.
Which one could it be?
Trying to decide what kind of rain gear would best suit a girl. Ah, present for your girlfriend.
No.
Oh.
And that's what
An
happened.
acquaintance asked me to find his girlfriend a gift. It's really nice of you. Allow me to be of assistance.
Thank you very much.
Bit of experience with picking out gifts for friends. So what kind of person will be receiving this gift?
Besides...
Hates getting wet from the rain. Huh? Apparently very cute, that's about sums it up. Is something wrong? May I ask you something? Who asked you to do this? Was it a guy near the station?
That's true.
Yes, but how did you know? He's a friend of yours? His girlfriend and I were friends for a long time. Then, do you know what kind of gift she'd like? She has a hobby of collecting umbrellas, though it seems he didn't know that.
Thank you very much.
I see, thank you. I'll tell him that. He should be able to get her a gift himself. No, that's impossible. She's dead.
Huh?
What? Yeah, it happened a little while ago. What? They were crossing the street holding hands when a car flew through the intersection. She pushed him out of the way and the car hit her.
Oh no.
So that's what happened. I was expecting feels all of a sudden. Then I think he's still having a hard time dealing with what happened. Since the accident, he's been waiting for her at the station. It was the last place they met. Last or first? I don't know. I've tried talking to him several times, but he never seems to accept it. Sorry for telling you all about this. I should go now.
No. For now.
I'm not really sure what to do next, but I guess I should return to that guy. What the fuck? What is happening in this game? Here. What should I do? I'm concerned about my future. I want to become a hero. Oh my god, My Hero Academia reference? I was a kid, I always looked up to the heroes you see on TV and in comic books. I see. I want to become an ally of justice. What should I do to be making that happen? What kind of work can help fill people with hope and inspire them to chase their dreams? A teacher? Peacekeeper, a creator, a detective. A creator? Creator of what? I'd say an artist or a teacher, but... What's creator? I want to know what creator means.
What does that mean? Then...
A writer? No, none of those seem very heroic.
Sure.
Becoming an ally of justice is what you really want, right?
Yeah.
To give people hope and help them with their dreams. Isn't that what you really want? At least that's how I see it, right? Yeah, sure.
Well?
In that case, you should try creating works like those that inspired you. Then you'll be able to bring people joy and give them hope through your art. How about it? Yeah, that just might be the kind of thing I've been yearning to do. Thank you, helped me see things clearly. Even if a difficult road lies ahead, I'll make it happen.
Yes.
Good luck. I look forward to seeing your work when it's finished. The pressure. Alright. Still looks like I'm supposed to be finding something in this current district. But I don't see anything, which really confuses me. Maybe there's something on the lower levels I haven't looked at. Oh, I don't know. Ooh.
Action.
No.
What am I doing? Where am I going? I don't even know. Where am I going? We're just hanging now. Oh, whoa, whoa. How am I supposed to finish doing the stuff? There are the shoes. I can go in here? I think I did actually have to go in here for something. I can't remember what though.
Excuse me?
Oh right, the reporter. That's right, and you are? Oh, I'm a reporter friend of mine asked me to give you this.
And that's
what is it?
happened.
Shit, I forgot. Huh? That's exactly why I told him to call it quits.
Why?
Why did you destroy the memory card? The man risked his life to get a hold of that information. So what? There's no future in this town for anybody that defies Amaterasu. Everybody knows it. Now he's trying to get me involved. He's always causing trouble. Damn, feels bad, man.
Oh no. For now.
Report back if he's alive. Alright, we found it. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, let's go to the riverbank. Be-do-do-do-do-do-do. And there you find his body slumped over, unbreathing. Unbreathing? Is that the word? Yep, blood.
This is...
It's a letter and money? Thanks for listening to this strange man's request. I didn't think there were any kind souls left. I'm sure I refused to take the data I had you deliver, or he destroyed it. It's the sad reality of Kanai Ward. Amaterasu Corporation is just too big and terrifying a presence for the people living here. So please, don't blame him. He has people he wants to protect too. That said, I haven't given up. I won't stop fighting until the darkness within Amaterasu Corporation is exposed. As long as as long as people like you are around, Mr. Detective, it's too soon to give in to despair. Thank you again, and farewell. No. Seems there's still some people with the courage to oppose them. Not sure what I can do as a detective in training, but I'll do what I can to help. Damn, feels bad, man. Alright, station. I like a Desahiku's just following me around at this point. Alright. Back to find Crescent. Seems like she had a hobby of collecting umbrellas. Umbrellas, of course umbrellas. It never even occurred to me. Yet another side of her that I wasn't aware of. How lovely, what a lovely day this is. Umbrellas, ha ha ha. Umbrellas, umbrellas, umbrellas. A cute hobby like that suits her perfectly. Thank you so much. Thanks to you, I believe I'll be able to find the perfect present.
Sure.
Did I tell him? Hasn't your girlfriend Ore passed away? Passed away? Who has?
And that's what happened.
I heard it from your friend. She died after being struck by a car. Ah, what a strange thing to say, but that's impossible. What? She isn't dead. We'll be spending another lovely day together today, in fact. Ah, we'll be together forever. Scary. Maybe it would have been better if I just kept quiet. Was that really the right thing to do? I don't know the answer to the question. Technically, it's one of those questions where you don't know what the right answer is. At least that's what I would argue. There's no other keys I should be keeping an eye out for, actually. Let's have a look. Look at the microscope. Well, Kano's highest welcome. Going in the bigger. Find the secret of the toys. Shattered home. Secret peak. Oh god. Trolling. Going home because I'm scared. These hints are terrible. Lunchtime in the business district. A yellow car and lion statue. Treasure at the construction site. Can't live without books. Very bad city, very bad cars. Floating peacefully beyond the red bridge. Okay. And there's more. Right, I had to go to the mansion for something. Hydrant, fire hydrant. What, I'm not allowed to look at a fire hydrant? Fire hydrant is my friend. They did say in a house. But maybe I'm looking in the wrong direction. I mean, it's kind of weird that we could just enter this house again. Oh, right, this guy.
Maybe.
Verily, you stand upon the wizard, the feeble shall find salvation with my works. I can't even bother reading this. Please make me the strongest. I see you have suffered much, my friend. Seeking metamorphosis, you sought me out. Very well, allow me to bestow upon you that earnest desire. Wait a minute. Mr. Detective? And you are? I'm Yuma, a detective. I have something I want to ask you. I see you have doubts of my magic. Very well, I shall answer your questions to the best of my ability. Does magic really exist? I find it very hard to believe. I assure you it does. I imbue magic into medicine. That's just... This contains the power to make one stronger. Partake of it and you shall find yourself in a body without equal. Simple swallow will not suffice. What should I do? You must form a contract with me. If not, magic within the medicine shall consume you. What will you say? Will you contract with me and transform into your stronger self? Or will you continue to wallow in endless oppression? What?
I knew it.
A bad idea. This is bullshit. I'll make a contract. Please make me the strongest. Very well, our deal is complete. Take this. Now, I make my leave. I pray the weak find happiness. How much did you pay for this again?
Wait a second.
Shouldn't take it if you don't know what's inside. I want to become strong. I'll do whatever it takes.
No.
Can't you see this drug could be dangerous? You could die. You don't understand, Mr. Detective. I thought for sure you would be on my side. If I was strong, no one would bully me. I wouldn't have to put up with guys like that one from earlier. Doesn't seem convinced, but I have to stop him somehow. Will you really become stronger? Yep.
This is truly...
You really think take them will make you stronger? The wizard said so, so it must be true.
No.
That's not what I mean. I'm talking about your heart. My heart?
I'm sure.
Even if our bodies get stronger, if our hearts don't change, then we'll always be weak.
No way.
But
besides,
things might have been different if you stood up to the guy earlier.
That's why...
It's a weak heart that relies on magic or other people, so let's strengthen it.
You mind?
I'll do the same. That's cute. You're right. I can't rely on my magic to make myself stronger. So thank you for your help, Mr. Detective. You opened my eyes. Unfortunately, it appears the contract could not be completed. Regrettable. And so I shall take my leave. I doubt we'll meet again. Hold on. About the wizard. Like we don't even see him.
Yeah.
She. It's a she, apparently. After this episode, the church servant began training his mind and body to become stronger. He endured a brutal regime and became the strongest around. He turned himself into an ally of the weak and stood up for anyone being bullied. Good on him. That's cute. Respect-y. Can I walk in here? Nope.
Not this way.
Ah, come on. Not gonna let me explore. Ay. Alright. One more quest. Then I can go to bed. Ba-na-na-na-na. Yeah, we'll pick this up tomorrow. I do want to do a longer stream at some point where we'll play this, obviously. We'll try and get like maybe a whole chapter done in a day or something. Or more than a whole chapter in a day. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Gotta pick a good day for it. I don't know. Might not be for a bit, but we'll find out. Hello? 6137. It'd be L-E-I 9. What am I supposed to do? Which shop should I go to? Please tell me.
In that case...
18. Le 9. I was thinking Le 9. Fuck. 18. Where the hell did you get 18 from, bud? The fuck is fuck?
Maybe...
That's it. I'll remember it now.
Hooray!
I like how I got it before it even gave me the suggestions. I was like, Le 9?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound right. There we go. Back. Alright. Talk to the nun. My foot. Da-ba-da-ba-da. I'm really excited to play the rest of this game though. It's just kind of disappointing that it's like, obviously, like, I don't know how long it's gonna take. I have no idea how long this is gonna take. I'd like to say that I'm trying to go as quickly as possible, but I don't, you know, like, I don't know if it is possible to go any faster. Without obviously skipping tons of dialogue.
Huh?
Next time.
Huh?
Obviously, there's still plenty of people with problems out there.
Hey!
Yes, ma'am. Nice. Alright. That should be good. Requests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. Okay. So I think there's 4 per section, but I could just be wrong. But obviously the quests get a lot more complicated. Wish I could see the first part of this next section, but bedtime. Bed is calling. Shut up, bed. I'll get there in a second. But yeah, no, I'm really excited to play more of this game. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna solve murders and be gangster. Or whatever we're doing. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I'm anticipating this to be a short chapter, but I mean, I could just be wrong. Ugh. Alright. Alright, guys, it's bedtime. Alright. Alright, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all have an excellent day today and tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Sleep well. And I'll see you all tomorrow for a more... What are we doing? Raincoat. Master Detective Archives. Armorous said Danganronpa, so... Anyway, have a good night's sleep, guys. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye. What song should we listen to? Yeah. No.